Welcome to What the Drift Podcast with your hosts, Formula Drift drivers Andy Haitley and Jeff Jones.
What's up, guys? So this is our first one. We are here. This is our first podcast. We're going to talk about dumb stuff. I feel like we're both kind of approach drifting in the same way, same mentality as far as get the job done. And we both don't have huge budgets that we work with. So we're generally similar people with similar attitudes. And we have really long conversations on our own for hours on the time. So
way too long.
You look way enthusiastic. Right?
I'm just thinking, you opened yourself a beer and I didn't get one, so I was kind of waiting for you to get through all your spiel.
There you go.
All right, there we go. Now we can start this party right.
This guy got these hazies that are that don't taste very good.
Cheers, I love hazies.
But they're Firestone, so it's a local company, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been talking about doing this for a while, right?
Yeah, like a year.
We had a little campfire up at Lake Lanier one time.
Yep. And I recorded a bunch of stuff.
Jammed a GoPro at me.
The audio sucked, and I threw it all away.
We talked for like 2 hours.
Yeah. So, should we go into our histories first, or should we just jump right into it?
Just jump right into it. People know who we are.
So,
if you don't know who we are, how do you not know who we are? Jerks.
Yeah.
This guy's been drifting since drifting started.
So have you.
Mostly.
Yeah. So you had an awesome night at Irwindale, buddy.
Yep, I had some fun.
First podium.
Yeah, first podium.
You happy about that?
Ecstatic about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't even know how to feel until I was up there, and I was like,
Did you cry yet?
She tried to make me cry on the track.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was really trying to hold it back. Yeah. If I wasn't holding it back, I would have just been a freaking
You saw your crew chief let out a little tear, right?
Yeah. Little punk Jackson.
Yeah. So you came really close on numerous occasions. You finished fourth how many times now?
3 times.
3 times. So, yeah, that's a lot of times getting really close to the cusp and not making it, which is extremely frustrating.
Yeah, so
especially in Pro 1 where it's so hard to make it to that level. I feel like climbing to that in Pro Spec is a little bit easier. But the level of competition there and the people you have to get through to get there, you're going to have to get through at least 1 or 2 straight up killers.
I did Pro 2 before it was called Pro Spec. I did both. I did Pro and Pro 2, and back then they called it just Pro 2.
Yeah.
But the rules were different. You could run whatever tire. So I ran my scrubs for Pro 2. And through Pro 2 I had 6 trophies, 6 podiums, and I was second place in the championship, just behind Mark Canadian.
See, now you got a 1-up on me. You got the second place.
What the hell is Mark's name?
Landerville.
Mark Landerville. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me and him all year long. Yeah, strip club guy.
That brought the hottest girls to the track. It was wild.
And so I was double dipping. That helped out a lot. But it's funny to think that I was second place in the championship.
That was the year I was spotting for you, yeah?
It may have been.
Because that was the night that you got second place in the championship, the night that you wrecked the car. Or was that the same?
Yeah.
You wrecked the car at
Atlanta, and then you won the Pro-Am.
Speaking of wrecking cars on sight laps.
Let's not.
We're going to go into that in a little bit.
Yeah, sight laps suck. Okay?
Yeah.
There's no reason for that.
Yeah.
Get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
Or a waste of time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It is a free practice lap. The one thing that I do like about it, I don't like the sight laps during competition, right? I think they should skip those. But if you have a buy run, I think you should be able to do your sight lap because that gives you a chance to put your car on the live stream.
See, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes. Like for Rome, for instance, I was going up against him in the top 16.
Yeah.
He goes and does a full sight lap. And then we go into our battle when it's time for him to do his essentially 3rd lap at this point because he did sight lap. Chase behind me. Lead in front of me and then chase behind me.
Was that full wet or no?
No, it was like I would say it was like 80 to 90% dry.
Okay.
So he was like smoked the whole time, and I'm like looking at him like, how's he doing that?
Yeah, you can burn up your tires.
I can't do 2 laps.
Yeah.
Just period. You know, I just cannot do 2 laps. I can't do. I can do 2 laps maximum, with the second lap being like sketchy at the very end. The 3rd lap, there's no way. And then so he essentially did the 3rd lap, and if you look at the video, he like blew his tire out. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing him drive down the pits. It was a big old donut.
What are you doing, bro?
It turned into a motorcycle
You're not
tire.
getting 3 laps.
Yeah, it totally rounded itself off and turned into a bike tire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so, let's just get way off the rails right now. You said motorcycle tire. I fully think that you can just take motorcycle tires,
Put them on the front.
put them on the front.
Yeah, no.
Wouldn't that be dope? Because then you would just be full leaned.
See, we can't say this out loud because someone's going to do it on YouTube now before us.
Fuckers.
Right? Because the whole time, your whole camber change throughout your sweep of
just
angle,
roll right onto it.
it would be the same credit card size contact patch the whole time. Yeah.
So basically using like a
So I wonder if that'd be worse or better, because there is a point at which you have a lot of rubber on the road.
I mean, turn in might be funny.
Yeah, when you're at flat, basically, so halfway through your sweep, let's say, you have, 0 camber, essentially.
Didn't Chelsea do a video of like proving that you can run on
Yeah, the donut tires.
tires in front?
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
thing.
Same thing, yeah, basically, yeah, they were pretty round up front. Yeah.
But motorcycle tires look cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, like the chopper tires.
Yeah. Some chopper tires.
But you need wheels to mount them, too. That'd be the expensive part.
No, why can't you? You don't make them in 18s?
I don't think they make them. Well, yeah, if you found like a really narrow 18, you have to find a really skinny, like 5x114, 18.
I don't know what size
It'd be tough to do. Yeah.
That's random.
Yeah.
You guys might not know more.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
That's what you do,
Please.
right?
Please. Okay, so back on the rails.
Back on the rails.
Should we call up Thorne?
Yeah, who we calling? Tell me about Thorne.
Thorne is a road racer, time attack guy turned drifting. He started drifting Grid Life with an E46. They have like a full fleet of cars, him and ASM or whatever shop. I'm not actually sure. I'm going to ask him about that. But they have a Time Attack S2000. They have a Time Attack E36. They had a Drift E46 that they used at Grid Life. And I'm not sure if it's the same car as the Pro 2 car or the Pro Spec car. But then they have that car as well that they run Pro Spec in. And it's his first year of competition. I'm not sure how he got his license. That'd be a good question to ask. I'm not sure if he did a Pro-Am to get in or not.
Well, I don't know a lot about him, so I probably have a lot of questions.
Yeah, and...
Bring him up, man. How are we doing this?
Basic
work?
46, and yeah,
What
he's killing it.
You're in Discord him?
Yeah, Discord, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll pull up Discord right now. We'll switch to display cam.
Yep.
We'll go to Discord. And,
So I just showed up. Andy's been working on all
I
this.
told him I was going to warn him, but I'm just going to freaking call him and see if he's ready to go.
No idea how all this is working. Discord's rad though, right? I feel like Discord is like the old school forums. But, you can do video chat and all this. But you have an app on your phone.
It might not give us video. Yo, what's up, dude?
Hey! He was prepared.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Yeah, I think since my camera's being used by OBS, I think it may not allow us to use it there.
That's weird.
Yeah, possibly. Maybe it's
Where's
not
this conversation happening at?
dual function. Yeah, where you at?
No, where's
The place is at home. So I was at the shop earlier, but got a little late. I'm Central Time, so it's 10:30 here now, so it's getting late.
I apologize.
Oh, no, didn't mean it like that. Just that's why I'm at home.
It's my fault. I went and had dinner. I wasn't prepared.
And you're in Oklahoma, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're born and raised there, or?
What was that?
Born and raised there, or no?
No. Man, I've been all over. Born in New Jersey, grew up originally in Pennsylvania, and then about 8 or 9 years in Connecticut. Then Florida for 2 years, then Colorado for 9 years.
Jesus. Been all over the place.
Yeah, then back to Pennsylvania, and now here. So, been all over.
And when did you actually get into driving? Because I know you were into driving before drifting.
Yeah, so, man, I've been into motorsports since I was 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
Started in go-karts.
Oh, wow. Pedigree.
when I was 9, we were doing 22 weekend race seasons.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So,
You're a lucky kid.
I had freaking Transformers at 9, bro.
Wow.
yeah.
I remember playing
Definitely.
Transformers like on the bottom of my mom's Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
Like never wearing a seatbelt, of course. Just
Yeah.
down there doing whatever. That's cool. I didn't get into racing until I was like 19.
Yeah. Yeah, both of us got a little late start, but so when did you get into full size cars?
So that'd be 2008. So I just before I turned 18, ended up doing the Daytona 24, the Rolex 24 back then, right?
Okay.
Did that in RX-8 for Speed Source.
Okay.
So that was like my first big sports car thing. You know, we did like a test event, a test day, and it went really well. I was supposed to be in like the B car, you know, as like a backup driver, and then got bumped up to the A car, and we ran good for a little bit, and then had some engine issue or something. But that was 2008. I did Formula cars before that. 2004, 5, 6, did Formula cars, Formula BMW, went to Spain, ended up winning a scholarship thing from BMW.
Oh, wow.
And then ran under their name for a couple of years.
Wait, how does that work? A scholarship thing, like for school and stuff?
No, like
How do you
like a racing sponsorship, right?
Okay.
It was a program they've gone to kind of like develop young drivers and try to find like their new F1 driver. Even like Sebastian Vettel came through it.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
He won it back then, a couple years before me, not too many, but. So yeah, a lot of racing.
Wow.
Sports car stuff for sure.
Hold on real quick. Can you add me and then I'll just like turn my camera on and you can see us?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, just add me and then I'll just put my phone right here. Then you can actually at least see us being amazed by his long ass history of racing.
Apologize for the technical difficulties to
It's our
those
first day.
who are watching. This is our first time doing this. Okay.
Really? So, alright, so how do you guys end up doing a video blog?
Oh wait, I have to add you in here, huh?
Yeah. We just been talking about it for a while, man. And literally just not doing it for years. I mean, we've definitely been talking about it for like 3 years. And I guess this last few months we've been like, let's do it. And then myself getting on the podium, Andy got excited, like, let's just do it. And then I was like, listen, let's just start it, even if it sucks and everything goes wrong. If we don't start it, we're not going to go nowhere with it, right? So you got to start somewhere and then work out the kinks. So you get to be part of the kinks with us. All right, hold on, I got this.
So you might be able to...
Yeah, I'm gonna oh no, I want that. I'm going to mute that. Bam. All right, so if I put that here.
Turn your volume down. We're getting some weird feedback now. Yeah,
that was cool. Hold on, can I mute this? There we go. There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
I need this.
There you go. We're
Yeah,
finding a prop for you right now.
Definitely congrats last weekend, man. That was a hell of a run.
Yeah. Irwindale was a shitty track, to say the least, but I had a blast doing it.
It's not a shitty track. It was a shitty track that night.
That night, yeah. It's kind of like Long Beach, where you can visually see it getting worse.
Yeah. Did you watch the whole thing?
I did. Yep. Yeah, man, those were some tough conditions for sure, man. The you know, obviously we're talking about the best drifters there are, and watching guys not being able to get up through the warm-up run, through the sight lap, was like, that must be pretty tough.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Fucking like Osbo, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
He could just duplicate it every time, while the rest of us are out there just praying. And we're still hearing ourselves.
I just turned it down.
So like when it came time to go up against Turk, I saw Osbo just do his run. It's like, okay, the only way I'm going to beat Turk and beat Osbo is to run the highest possible line. So that's what I was trying to do. Obviously didn't do it. Slap right into the wall. It's just amazing that Osbo can just keep running it and just lap after lap and kill it.
And talk about like, dude, we cannot run the high line. Gotta stay down. And then Osbo just goes and runs with the bumper on the wall.
Yeah.
And we're like, what we just discussed that's not possible.
Yeah.
And then he just does it like it's nothing, multiple runs in a row. It's like, all right, fine, man. Like, you win this time. You got to die.
Yeah, well deserved. You know, I also felt like Sorensen was just absolutely killing it on a tear. I had a chase run with him where I fully like bitched out behind him because he was going into outer two so hard.
Yeah,
and it was me and him for the very last practice lap, just before going into top 32. And I was like, all right, it's not worth me putting my car on the wall. I'll let him go to the wall by himself. So I back off, and he pulls it off, and he's like just flying through. I'm like, damn, I bitched out. That was a dope run. So I told him, freaking kid's killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, a few rounds in, and of course, you know, I'm following the rules of there needs to be a new winner every round, right? Because that's been, and so I'm like, all right, this one's gonna be Sorensen. Like, he's definitely killing it tonight, except for Osmo, who's always killing it. But
well, let's see. Let's go through your season, kinda. Coming into this, actually, first of all, did you do pro-ams before this, or any drifting competitions before this, or?
Right. Okay. So 2021, in my local region, and Josh Love had a lot to do with this. They ended up being like a licensing region, so they put together, you know, a 4-round pro-am comp. I hadn't done any comps yet, but Josh was kind of talking me into it. They announced it. I had to slap a car together because I had my E36, which was like my time attack car at the time.
Yeah.
And I was just using that for drifting. Like, I put a hydro in it. It's got an S54, and that was it. But nowhere near legal for the rule set for Pro-Am. So we built a Pro-Am car. I actually did my first comp in Josh's practice car. Pouring rain. I think the final was with Jack Davis. I ended up winning, and then went on, won 2 of the 4 rounds for the season, and won the Pro-Am Championship. I did 8 comps, so we had 2 each weekend. There was like a Pro 3 and a Pro-Am. And it was just big learning experience, right? I hadn't done any comps. Everything before that was just practice or play. So I had Josh there to, like, even when I won, he was like, "This is still what you did wrong."
Yeah, that's good.
So it was a good fast-paced learning, and then coming into this year, I mean, obviously, like, car prep was separate. I mean, I knew I could prep a car. I mean, we've been building cars. I mean, I've been building cars now for a long time. Chris Lewis, who's kind of my partner in crime. I mean, we work together, play together, build cars together. Half the people think he's my dad in paddock, I think.
I thought he was, actually.
Right. So
that's funny.
We built endurance cars together. We've won 24-hour endurance races. We did 2 years in a row.
Well, I got 2 questions for you real quick, though. How is your rain game, and how is building a drift car different from the cars you've been building for a long time? Because drift cars are, you know, if you come into it with a time attack point of view, you know, road racing, it's going to be slightly different. So.
Yeah, and the car really is. If you like look at it, it kind of just looks like a road race car. Like it's a road race car with an angle kit. Especially the first year for Pro-Am, it was like we just built a road race car. I mean, it's got standard cage, everything's super basic, simple, you know, just fresh OE parts anywhere we can, and then an angle kit on the front. You know, it was still an M3 diff and stuff. So I feel like car prep is all pretty similar. Of course, the quick change side of things, that's all you guys, that's drifting. I mean, had no experience with that, and also very little LS experience, but everyone's doing LS stuff. I mean, it was pretty easy to sort out a good package. A lot of people are doing those Magnuson blowers, so all of that worked out pretty well. And then rain. So I'm pretty good in the rain when it comes to like road racing. Drifting, pretty similar. Didn't have any issues. I actually really enjoyed my first comp was in the wet. Then my first comp at Orlando was in the rain too. and
This guy, I shit myself the first time in the rain. We're from California, man. Freaking started raining. I think I wrecked maybe like the second lap immediately. I mean, I've only got like mountains to go back to and the crest. Mm-hmm. I remember me, JTP, Irwindale, every FC driver, I think, wrecked up in Irwindale. Yeah, so screw you for being good in the rain immediately.
Orlando was okay in the wet, and also we had that big break, so it poured rain. I think it rained so hard that it like literally washed the marbles off the track. So it was like relatively consistent when I ran it. So
yeah, the bank probably wasn't bad, right? The infield was probably, I assume, worse.
Two big puddles, but man, we barely even made it there. I think I was running against Corey, and I think he had already spun by that point, and we powered through and got the win. And that was my so Orlando was the first FD event I've ever been to. So our goal for Orlando was just don't be idiots and like just be presentable. Like show up on time. Don't totally screw up. Get through like a comp. Like our goal was like just get into the 16. That would be first event. We were just trying to be super realistic with it all. I feel like all through practice, I don't think I had one good practice run. Like there was one, and it was probably my first run before I got nervous. And then after that, it was all downhill. But as soon as comp came around, I feel like I got decently dialed in. Till I lost against Hobson because he just drag raced me off the line. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that happens in FD every once in a while.
That
gotta get used to that.
The chicane in Orlando, Osbo drag raced the shit out of me last year, and so the chicane, like it'll put you up against the wall, but it's open enough there to where you really can blast out of there. And if you're not prepared, and that guy gets ahead of you, all of a sudden you're on throttle more than you want to be, and then you blow your tires off from under you, and it just gets worse from there, right? And so that dude's just getting away, and you're like, no, more throttle, and you're doing worse. And yeah, I know the feeling.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly. Then I'm overcompensating on power, start spinning the tires, and he was just gone. And by the time I caught up an out or two, it was pretty much all over. So I learned a lesson every time I lost this year. Except for maybe St. Louis. I don't know what I did wrong with St. Louis still, but
you took fourth in Orlando, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yep, fourth in Orlando.
So first event, that's not bad, man. Top 4.
Yep, that felt good. And then
I think you did more than just show up and not screw up.
You're right. We were so happy, man. That was probably our biggest celebration of the year. Was just making it through the first round, and the car was pretty untested. I mean, we had done like 2 or 3 shakedown laps locally, and then it was like, all right, it's got to be good enough. Like, just back it up. Let's go. Let's get down there.
Well, here's a dumb, simple question. How was getting through tech for you? Because when I first got into FD, that was like one of the most nerve-wracking things.
This guy's done road racing since he was 8, dude. I'm sure he's fine.
Maybe.
Right? Tech stuff. Like, I'd heard the stories, and like, I've seen it. Like, I followed videos of other, FD guys and like them failing tech and having problems. So I was like pretty stickler on the rule book. I was like, I need this thing to be 100%. And Kevin spent a few minutes looking at it, and that was it. We were through, no problem.
Nice.
No problems with the car pretty much all year except for we had Orlando, and on the last run, I was like, yeah, I think the throw-up bearing's making noise. Like, as soon as I dip that clutch in, there's a little bit of a rattle. But it turned out being the pilot bearing had just kind of exploded. So we swapped that out for New Jersey, and then that was it. The car was as is from then till the end.
Do you use a needle bearing, or do you use like a brass bearing?
Yes, I used the needle bearings, and then it grenaded like immediately.
So you're using like an 04, 9804 Camaro needle bearing?
Yeah.
G-force transmission?
No, T56 Magnum.
Okay, so that's probably the appropriate bearing for that. Because for all the G-force, GSR,
it's
G101,
the roller bearing.
it's the 2005 and up. it goes into the second hole. So I see people make that mistake all the time. You want the one that goes, not the second hole, I'm sorry.
It goes
first hole. The bigger one. It looks like a skateboard bearing.
Jeff can never get his holes right.
Yeah.
It's been an issue his whole life.
Shoot for the second hole.
And it's way around the kids.
Yeah. So I
put in
see that.
I put the brass one in after that.
Yep. That covers both holes at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. So, car setup is pretty simple, and I remember talking to you at one point that like you had never really like dynoed it, so you didn't know how much power you really were making.
Oh yeah, I totally just winged it on the tune.
I feel like people are lying when they do that.
Yeah, I think he's serious.
Does anyone ever do that?
I'm pretty sure he's serious.
How did you know it wasn't going to blow up?
You know, judge him. Let's see.
All right,
look him right in the eyes.
I've tuned a bunch of cars. I don't know, the Link EC was easy. I've done like Motec, I've done M1 packages, I've done wiring harnesses. I put it in, I set a really conservative timing map. I ran through air fuel, and once it was running well, and that was it. I mean, it.
So it was a street tune?
That's crazy.
What?
Street tune?
Street tune, yeah. Yep.
That's wild.
Right, so we're running up and down fourth gear on the street.
He won the championship with that.
Nice.
That's crazy.
So what kind of timing marks are we hitting under boost?
Timing bars? So by like how much?
What are we like 17 degrees, 18, 30?
What timing? Oh, it's conservative. It's running like 16 degrees of timing up top.
Just checking that shit. He's conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Degrees. It's like 11 pounds of boost, and it's running on E98, so it's pretty hard to go wrong.
What size is the LS cubic?
It's a crate motor, so it's just a 6.2 LS3.
Oh, okay, cool. That's what I had in my LS or my E30 basically back in the day. Crate LS3. Those things are strong.
11 pounds of boost. You're not gapping the rings at all?
No. Hopefully the E85 keeps those things cool.
I mean, I ran on my E30. I ran the Maggie with the LS3 crate 625, and it never skipped a beat.
Yeah.
Never skipped a beat. Yeah.
Pretty good.
I think kind of like
That's aluminum?
Yeah.
right around that 100 horsepower number. Do not break a ring on those. Of course, we're not on them that long. You know, it's I don't know. It's not like road racing where I've got to like be on full boost for like a minute straight. So.
Yeah. Well, also I wanted. Yeah. What's the difference in sort of longevity that you're seeing out of a drift car versus out of a road race car? I mean, it's because road race cars are just constantly run, but a drift car, like we're just doing the worst possible things you could possibly do to a drivetrain and to an engine. I feel like while drifting, but you're right. It's a very short duration.
Yeah, I'm really surprised when I first started drifting, and I felt just like the abuse through the drivetrain and all the clutch kicks and all the rev limiter and just everything we do to them constantly. I was like, man, this isn't going to last 5 minutes. And I've been surprised that they seem to hold up actually pretty well. I think without that constant heat, maybe it is a little easier on them.
Mm-hmm.
Bodywork doesn't last nearly as long,
No.
for sure.
No.
So,
Yeah.
like you can build a pretty road race car and like get by years, where a FD car lasts like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
First
it's
lap
a
out
little
of Long Beach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Long Beach was a body killer.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
video.
Or was it
That's
Adam
in
or
the
was it
intro.
Sorensen? I forget
No, that's
now.
the one where your bumper goes flying up in the air.
I don't know.
Okay.
One of those
that's-
fuckers parked it in front
That's
of
in the
me.
intro, yeah. LZ parking in front of you. Yeah. And also, okay, so longevity. And this is what I was going to ask. Did it kind of give you any insight on how to build your time attack cars or road race cars differently, as far as after doing drifting?
Yeah, I'm a little curious on the whole quick change stuff.
It's so heavy. I feel like.
Tried, but now I just want more power. Man, the road race car is slow now. I mean,
Yeah, I watched the one lap you did in the E36 at Lime Rock. Was it? Is that the one where you won?
Heartland. I don't know.
Is that the one where you won?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the one that I watched. Yeah, and you were moving, but yeah, it looked like it was underpowered. You were hustling through the corners. And it seemed like that's where you were gaining all your time. You know, it seemed like you could have done with another 100 horsepower easy. You know.
Yeah, and that car has another 100 horsepower. So for the Gridlight LTC build, it's basically like a 200 horsepower, 3,000 pound spec class.
Okay.
Power to weight class. That's just about where I shake out.
Okay.
So the car is, runs a flat plate restrictor. Runs basically 220 almost constantly. And then it's 3,000 with me in it. And that thing's has probably got 400 pounds of lead strapped into it to be that heavy.
Wow.
Super light build.
Yeah.
I used that car in NASA, and it would be 2650 with me in it, and dynoed 340 wheel on a Bill S54.
Wow.
So it's been way brought down, but man, grid life has been good. There's some fast dudes. There's huge classes. I mean, there's one class. There's huge fields. There's, we have 40 to 50 cars out there at once, all competing for the top spot.
Wait, I'm stuck at 400 pounds. Where did you strap that? Is that like in the passenger seat, in the back?
Yeah, passenger seat. So, that's a weird drifting rule. How come we have to have passenger seats? It makes no sense. I don't know.
Ride-alongs.
I don't know if it's ride-alongs. What I do like about the rule is our cars look like a very just tunered out street car.
Yeah.
That's why we have dashes. I assume that's why we have to have all the other stupid things that we have, And then we do like giving ride-alongs, so that's cool, You make $100 on a lap, and you spend 1,000. So it's a very negative way of making money.
Yeah.
So and then, do you race against Forsberg's got a guy, right?
What's that? Oh, in time attack.
Time attack. Is that the same thing?
I gotta go way back. We did World Challenge together. So he was he had just won the Academy program, the GT Academy, right? And so playing video games. So he won their simulator competition.
Oh, that's who that is.
He won what?
Yeah. They did a competition. This was Gran Turismo that did this, correct? Yeah, so Gran Turismo did a competition.
I remember that.
Yeah, sim guy put him in a red
That's
car.
the guy?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's Mike Cutter, yeah. So he won that, and then we ended up in a World Challenge together. So he was in the GTR, and I was in the McLaren. And we ran, I think, both the 2 seasons I did it were the 2 seasons he did it. And then he lost his ride, I lost my ride, and everything transitioned to all customer-based teams in that series. Well, a little bit, but...
Well, so that's interesting. You say that you lost your ride. Are there more rides available in road racing time attack than there are in drifting? Because in drifting, I feel like there's only probably about 6 rides available. You've got Von Bacchus, you've got Von Gittin, but still those are kind of a pay to play, but they're not.
And Matt Field's kind of created his own
drift
cave,
but he's kind of like taking care of people's cars. It's not really his car. There might not be any ride to drive outside of Osbo. Who's got a ride to drive?
I mean, RTR, basically. Yeah. RTR and Osbo,
I don't know. Unless he's bringing probably so much funding himself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of rides in the GT stuff. I mean, there's some, but you might as well be like a factory driver from overseas if you want to ride. And that was my big hang-up, was I really need to then go to Europe and start racing there. And I was probably never going to do that. So I started running my own cars privately and started building my own stuff. And then one day I decided drifting looked like fun. So
it is fun, isn't it?
It is fun, man. The first time I went, I was like, holy crap, the fun per dollar. Yeah, of course, back then, right? My car was 200 horsepower. The fun per dollar was just outrageous. And the fact that we got to go there and run the car for 8 hours on track and just play all day long, I thought it was like the greatest thing. I mean, after all of the high-strung weekends of road racing, and you've got a lot of old sanctioning bodies who are pretty, they're building a bunch of hard asses, basically. So you end up with these big stressful weekends with, when you're worried about getting kicked out every 5 minutes. And then I went and played with drifting, and it was like just fun, super inviting. And
drifting. I always tell people what's the most fun you can have in first gear, and every gear up just gets more and more fun. Right? It costs more, but it's more and more fun.
About fourth when the tires last about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So at some point, $1 a minute.
I'm really just curious because of all of your road racing experience financially. If you had someone in front of you and they're like talking about they're new and they want to either go the drifting path or the road race time attack path, what does it financially cost to go down that road racing path? What's first year cost you? What's to be a pro cost you? Sponsorship wise.
Entry level drift is definitely cheaper than entry level road racing. I mean, people, when I first started doing drifting, my road race buddies called up, like, how are you doing this on tires? How are you affording all the tires? I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, these tires, of course, back then are, $80 to $100 a piece. So, I might spend $1,000 on a weekend in tires and have, that's like running all weekend, having a ton of fun. Where when I was doing like NASA road racing, it was one set of Hoosiers per weekend, and that set of Hoosiers cost $1,600.
What?
So it was like, why? I'm spending less. So
who's the fucking drug dealer that's got the board on these? What's going on?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Yeah.
Really? They cost that much? Why do they cost that much?
Good rubber. Good rubber costs money.
That's the freaking. Okay.
Yeah, Hoosier slicks get expensive, but then go look at a Yokohama AO52 and a 315-18. It's like a almost a $400 tire now.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, did not know that. I mean, I've been to Redline Time Attack. I've been to what are all the local Willow Spring ones? Just extreme speed, just fun day stuff.
Speed ventures, all that stuff.
You're on a set of whatever tires you brought that day and have fun, but definitely never spent $1,600 for one set of Hoosiers. God
that's
damn.
a lot. Yeah.
I'm find that truckload.
Just like
swoop.
I mean, competition's steep, and if everyone else is doing it, you want to keep up. You got to do it too. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure entry level drifting might be a little cheaper.
And dumb question: could you drift on those? I feel like the breakout would feel terrible, right?
Probably. The problem is that they're going to overheat so fast and just fall apart. I don't think they build the temperature.
Those are slicks, right?
Yep.
I've always heard that slicks like NASCAR or IndyCar or whatever, that they're not forgiving, like the breakaway.
Yeah.
Like in drifting, it has a very nice, smooth breakaway with traction, so you can feel it, you can kind of hear it. I remember, what was it, the old ES100s. I always told people those were good drift practice, or even road racing, mountain racing back in the day, because they would just make this sound from the very slow point of understeer all the way up until like a full let go of understeer. They really just like, you're really hurting, like, oh yeah, I'm good, that noise is fine.
Judge it by sound.
Yeah. But then slicks, I've never personally really raced on a set, but I've heard that you're good, and then they just like let go.
It's on like Toyota 88s and stuff like that. Those slide around all right, but that's like a halfway street car slick tire. It's not like a
how are the slicks on drifting in that aspect, or understeer? Do they tell a story before they understeer, or do they just like complete let go?
Barely. I'm pretty sensitive to it, but they don't give you nearly that as much feedback as a street tire. The street tires are way more forgiving, definitely. The slicks are, they're magic when they're hooked up, but as soon as they're not, or as soon as they're outside of their very narrow temperature window, they're crap. So it's like everything about I feel like drifting's like that too. I mean, especially like these pro spec or pro weekends, like everything's about the tires. Making sure they're happy and they're in their window and prepped, and your warm up is right and everything, and then trying to manage the life of them. I mean,
that's my story. So with you, how were you on managing your tires throughout the weekend? Orlando, were you able to get 2 laps? Were you conscious about your burnout box?
Not in Orlando. Orlando, I think I was just lucky. I think I went up and asked Travis Reeder what gearing I should run, and he told me, he's like, put a 115 mile an hour rear gear in, and we did, and we just ran that. And as long as through outer 2, I'd have to lower my peak RPM down to I'd lower it down to 5,500 through outer 2 and hold that. If I ran at redline through outer 2, I'd run out of tire on the second lap. So I just kind of had that mental note. So when I did my qualifying lap, I was on limiter all the way through outer 2, and those tires would not have probably made a second run. But I feel like we figured it out pretty good. We were close in Utah. Holy crap, that was tough to make tires last.
Yeah, I was having troubles there.
Yeah, that was a couple times I came off and I was like, I'm pretty sure we lost the tire on the last 2 seconds of the run.
Mm-hmm.
It happened a couple times in practice.
Yeah.
Comp wasn't actually quite as bad, but I don't know. It might have just been temperature changes.
Mm.
So, what's the word? Are you moving up, and is your car ready for a big boy tire when it's time?
Probably not. Probably not moving up. The car's not ready. Again, it's still just running that stock LS3. Great motor. So we need an engine package. We probably need to put the big blower on it. And when you're talking, as you guys know, and I feel like I've talked to a lot of people. I feel like the budget needs to be 3 to 4 times as much. And I don't want to go at it not prepared to win.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to do it, I want to make sure I have everything I need to win.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in a good position to. I want to make sure I have all the spares and everything's 100%. And kind of like this year, we lacked in some things, but the car was totally ready. We had everything we needed every weekend. So at least everything was just my driving. I just had to learn.
You were lacking a PBM rear arm in where was it, Jersey? Where did we give you one?
Everything.
Where did we let you borrow one?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah. You bailed me out. So I had spare arms, right?
Yeah.
So I had a set of WiseFab upper control arms.
Mm-hmm.
But I was told, within a weekend of that if I put those on, they wouldn't clear the outer CVs, the bigger CVs.
Oh, okay.
So when we were sitting there and we just broke this arm, we need to fix it, and we have the other one sitting there, I was like, man, we have only enough time to do this once. Mm-hmm. If we put these other arms in and they don't fit,
mm-hmm.
we won't even have the 5 minutes to grind something out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I ran over to you, and I was like, hey, you said you have everything. I tell people this story, so I was like, Andy told me if I needed something to come find him, and I tell it like you're pulling a sword out of a stone. So I walked up to your truck, and I was like, I need this arm, and you just reach behind you, it's just you need this arm, and you whip it out.
That's funny.
And I was like, yes.
That's funny. Yeah, I was like, the bent one or the straight one? I was like, yeah, that one right there. There you go. Yeah. And I was leading into that, how different is the drifting community as far as help with spare parts and help Travis telling you what gearing to run and stuff like that? Did you get any of that in the road race or time attack world ever?
I feel like people I think they think it's part of the sport to keep secrets in road racing and time attack. It's not that everyone doesn't want to be friendly, but
mm-hmm.
it's just part of 10 years of buildup of that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
If you needed a part and someone had it, you could go around paddock and try and find something. And people are pretty chill, but that's at that's at a very grassroots level.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to take that and then go pro racing,
mm-hmm.
it just wouldn't work, right? There's none of that in pro racing.
Yeah.
So I was definitely worried. My first weekend in Orlando,
mm-hmm.
of what's the paddock vibe going to be like? Is everyone going to be cool, or is everyone going to be put up their little ropes in front of their car and
mm-hmm.
don't come any closer?
Yeah.
So I wasn't quite sure, but as it turns out, I mean, like, everyone was very inviting, helpful, awesome. Super happy with, you know, the relationships I built with all of you guys, and just it was like, I guess, you know, it's surprising just how, you know, open everyone was. And again, even it was set up right. I mean, you would think set up at least, but everyone wants everyone else to just have like the raddest time.
Yeah.
And to do well.
Yeah.
And like, there's so much fighting us every weekend, and we're fighting ourselves the most, right, behind the wheel.
Yeah.
So
keeping these things alive. I always want to kick everyone's ass to their best. That's the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
Let's say Dylan Hughes let you borrow a rear corner in Jersey.
Yep.
Yep. That's just drifting.
Yep.
You know, we always just want to keep each other going. I mean, imagine you showed up by yourself to win first place. It'd be terrible. No, man, the more boys you can get, the more fun you can have.
Yep.
You know, the bigger your hill that you can climb, the better it is at the top.
Yeah.
You know, but it's also at the same time it's lonely at the top.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's like fighting Mike Tyson with his arms tied behind his back. You know, like why would you want to do that?
He might bite you.
That's true. I forgot about that. He's a biter.
Yeah. Put a little thing around his mouth.
Maybe. Yeah, he's a muzzle.
Yeah, muzzle
for sure. Well, cool, man. You got anything else you want to talk about?
not too much. I was just thinking, you know, so this last weekend of road racing that I did just a few weeks ago out there at Harlem Park, and I came off the qualifying session, and I was 3 seconds off the pace because I was on the tire that was the fast tire last month, and new tire was out, something that was faster. Thought I could still be competitive. Turned out I was wrong. And I walked up to one of my buddies, Tom O'Gorman, who's been at a few of the FD events. He's kind of like he's like my driver coach. You know, I know that's not like a real position really in FD, but I was like, man, I need someone who's like looking out for me and like not just like a spotter, but someone who's like making sure that like what I'm doing with the car looks correct. Is like what the judges want to see. So he's been kind of my guy to come and follow me around with this stuff. But I went up to him and I was like, hey, you have an extra set of these tires? And he's like, I've got an old set right over here. He hooks me up. We get him on the car. And then him and I ended up in like a heated battle the whole weekend.
Nice.
And like he won a race and I won a race and he won a race and it came down to the last race. So it's cumulative points throughout the weekend in these little 15-minute sprint races. And I ended up taking the top spot, and I was man. We had a great weekend, but you know, I mean, this almost felt bad. I was like taking the dude's tires and going out and beating him. But
Perfect.
I know I'd do the same for him.
I drink Andy's beer all the time.
I'm drinking his beer right now.
Yeah.
I drink mostly your beer, though, I want to say.
That's probably true, yeah. Fucker.
Yeah, God, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, dude. Congrats on an awesome season, man.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Hell of a year. Now I have no idea how am I gonna top this one next year.
You need to podium more. That's my goal. More than 2 podiums next year.
Yeah. I mean, well, so I've got one big box not checked off. Right? I didn't win. I know that they keep saying on New Jersey. But anyone that was there remembers that I didn't. So I want to get that top step.
Nice.
So
nice.
Get a couple wins in. Get one win in even would be pretty cool.
Yep. Cool. Well, good luck, man, and we'll see you next year. Stay in touch. If you need anything for the E46 or any advice or anything, man, let me know. We are there for you.
I don't know anything about an E46, but I'll drink beer and hang out with you.
Yeah.
Alright, next time I'm in Cali, I'll come meet up with you guys.
Yeah, man. Are you gonna be at SEMA?
SEMA? Yeah, I should be at SEMA.
Okay.
Yeah, at least for days.
All
I've got out to my buddy's wedding, but I'll be there.
We'll see you there at the FD meeting or whatever.
Yeah. That's a Tuesday afternoon. I think
so. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
All right,
I'll be there.
All right.
Cheers, bud.
Later.
All right. Cheers, later, guys.
Okay.
Hopefully that audio didn't suck.
And that is Robert Thorne. Yeah, hopefully not.
Because we were hearing us on our phone the whole time.
Yeah.
But we wanted him to see us.
Yeah. that needs to be sorted out. It worked when I wasn't streaming. I did a test call with him with the camera on, but I wasn't recording at the time, so I'm pretty sure that maybe the camera can only do one task.
I don't know why my phone wouldn't have gotten to full 0.
So what's that?
On volume.
Oh. Yeah, it was weird, right? It kept giving us feedback there. Yeah, hopefully that's not terrible audio. But if it is, we'll still roll with it.
Yeah, let's go with it. That's a lot of shit. That was like an hour.
People can deal with it, was it?
Yeah.
Shit.
Was that fun, people? I hope that was fun.
That was fun.
So yeah, that's cool. I didn't know he did all that stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't know much about that dude at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
Mr. I don't give a shit about pro spec.
I like prospect dudes. I just don't have any time anymore.
Yeah,
you know.
No, same here, man.
Like I barely leave my pits at all.
Like I have to after like all the rounds that we have with you guys, I have to go through like 2 days later and watch the whole pro thing because I just miss literally everything. Like, and that's even on a day like when I don't even drive. I somehow end up missing like the whole show just because you're talking to people and doing stuff,
talking autographs, signing shit, packing up, working on your car, trying to get ready for the next one.
Yep.
Blaming yourself for stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, man. It's good. It's good. Well, cheers to podiums, but
hey,
we done did it.
Yeah.
We done did the thing. We got our carbon.
Got carbon.
We both got carbon this year for our first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it, I guess. I honestly just wanted to go in and have some fun.
Yeah.
But you got yours early on in the season.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
How long has everyone been telling you your freaking E30, like,
sucks,
holding you back? It didn't suck, but what people probably don't know is that car looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at it as someone who's been building drift cars for a while and working on my own crap, I would look at that and go, this is a time attack car. This thing is built so badass, but at the same time, if you needed to change a spark plug,
it's built like a time attack car.
You had so much shit in the way.
From like 2005.
So the simple maintenance, you just couldn't even get your hand in there to do some stuff.
Pull a spark plug.
Maybe a spark. All right.
That was headers.
Literally.
That was the first set of headers.
You called me to help change your clutch one time.
Yeah.
And I came over, and you're like, "Cool, we have to pull out the diff first."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the hell are you talking about? We have to pull out the diff to change the clutch." I mean,
it's the way the subframe works.
It's over here.
The E30 subframe's got the little hole that slides into. You can't get the thing out of there once you take it off.
To pull out the diff, you got to pull out the radiator.
No.
Yeah, you had the radiator out because the radiator's behind the diff in the back of the car.
This was old school then.
Yeah, so you had to pull out the radiator, then pull axles, then pull the diff. Because the reason
we didn't have
was,
to pull the radiator.
Maybe you just had it out.
The only way to get the drive shaft out, even in that position, like you literally had to let the drive shaft chill up in there because of the drive shaft loop and stuff like that.
The stupid reason. Imagine the back of the E30. It's got just the subframe back there.
Yeah, it's got a little hole.
And it's got a hole. The subframe, where it would normally have just like a half U at the top, and you just pull the thing down, has a freaking hole.
So the drive shaft goes in there like that, like a fist. And then it can't go anywhere. You unbolt it.
I had two suggestions of like making a bottom plate to unbolt it.
No. I figured it out. I got the
or like make an adapter.
The slip yoke that I have is a 2-piece now.
Yeah.
So now the drive shaft is
2 years later or 3 years later. How many years later?
I don't know, a year or two.
Way too many fucking years later.
Yeah.
Like to have to imagine you're at a drift event. Yeah. Clutches are essential. We go through at least one a year, and then I don't care whose clutch you're on.
I don't.
Malfunctions happen.
My clutches last for 7 years.
That's way too long to have a clutch in your car. I don't care who it is. Like, clutch sponsors are gold to us, and they hook us up with new shit every year. So just put a new thing in. But dumb things happen, right? You get a rear main seal leak. You get oil in the clutch. Yep. The clutch is now fucked. You got to swap it out. Swap out your rear main seals. Put in some new stuff. But if you're pulling out your whole rear end, so...
Guess
but
what?
anyways, where I was going to with all this...
Yeah.
Is your E30 was cool.
Yeah. Unpractical.
But you built a new car.
Yeah.
And you made it simple.
Mm-hmm.
It was modern. It was ready to fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
And what did it do?
Won. Yeah. You know the transmission on that car? I can just go straight back and straight down. I don't even tilt it. I cut the whole thing.
This is the first event out, right?
Yeah.
You only did a few practice days.
Yeah, we did 2 practice days,
laps.
Grid Life on Horse Thief, and that was it. Yeah.
First event out.
Yeah.
Goes out. Qualifies number 1.
Yeah.
Fucking wins number 1. Like, why didn't you listen to us years prior to that?
I'll let you hold this,
I've got a few of these.
Oh yeah.
Shit,
You did Pro 2 too.
Really got to cut these out and make a badass cereal bowl.
The championship one.
Wiener. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Carbon fiber.
don't you feel like you wasted so much time in the other car now?
Yeah, but I mean, realistically, we didn't have the means to build the other car until we did, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. I wasted so much time with rotaries.
Yeah, and like, I still need a new trailer, like, that engine wasn't the best engine we could have put in that car, you know, like, the program still wasn't where I want to be yet, you know, and I kind of put all my beans, I guess, in the right spots, you know? Because my engine decided to fail right after the final lap. And
your engine literally lasted you the perfect amount of laps.
Yep. And it didn't show any signs of hiccup during that lap, is the funny part. Not until I turned around and started coming back. And it's like... Gets about halfway through, shuts off. And then your asshole crew members are like, yeah, start it up, dude. Or actually, Curtis said that. But your guys were there too, so I'm going to blame your guys too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fire it up. Let's hear what it sounds like. And they just see the crank pulley just freaking doing this. Like, shut it off, shut it off.
I've been doing this too many times.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, having a program, right? That's like, it's not just the car. It's, you mentioned like, you know, getting a new trailer and all that. But you've got Curtis.
What I'm really disappointed with this year is my pit display. Like, the trailer looks like shit, our tables, everything looks like shit. I walk over to your pits with, like, the Jeff Jones little tables, like, covers.
Well, that's Christina.
All that stuff.
My wife's here. She's actually working on the wrap-up report right now. So that's a huge part of that. Like, that's just... Because, you know, if it was just me, that just... I don't know, they're just probably beer cans everywhere. Yeah, she takes
wrap-up
care of
report,
it.
like a press release thing?
Yeah.
I just did mine the other day.
No, there's so much to it, you know, trying to be professional.
I did some really good construction on mine. I'm proud of mine if you guys want to take a look at it.
Yeah?
It's nice.
That's
I
good.
put text and pictures, it's
cool.
It's all laid out, looking really nice.
But hold on, let's get to something really important. Didn't we have a bet that you were going to shave or at least clean this up?
Well,
after
I'm
you won?
gonna get a trim before SEMA. A trim. I'm not sure.
Can we pay for you to go to like a really badass hairstylist and they just like do some kind of like, what would you call that? You know,
lined up.
Yeah, lined up.
I remember the.
Yeah, that looking like George Michael.
No.
Let's get you lined up, bro.
No.
What's a good haircut cost now? I mean,
I just want the cool mustache. I want this to come out.
What did I spend on my clippers? $30.
Dandy like.
$30. Amazon. I can line you up, bro.
You're living the simple life, bud.
Yeah, it's really simple. I get up and I'm like, hold on, I gotta do my hair.
I mean, I could line him up too.
Dial.
Oh, that's comedy.
What's that? Bring it lined up?
No.
It's a little bit.
No.
Just a little bit.
Let it keep growing.
Yeah?
I've got the look.
Can we just trim it so it looks like it's got some structure
I'm gonna be the Magnus
to
Walker
it?
of drifting. You'll see.
Can we get a few?
I'm gonna dread it out.
You probably got like animals living in that thing.
In here?
Yeah.
No, I watch pretty
It might
often.
be food from
like
yesterday
once a
in
month
there.
or so. You know.
Just get it squared up.
You know. I go outside with the hose and just Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of soapstone. The actual rocks. Or just bleach, you know. 10% bleach, 30% tap water.
There you go.
70% beer.
I thought we had a bet that you were gonna shave or something.
Well, Andy was gonna shave me if I won Orlando, and then he didn't. And then he was gonna shave me if I won the championship, but I didn't win the championship. Thorne won the championship, so I think we should shave him.
Thorne, you're getting shaved.
Yeah, we're gonna shave him at
Call him
SEMA.
back.
Yeah, call him back. Hey, bud, sorry, we're shaving you.
I got holding you down at SEMA.
Yeah, Thorne's a crazy dude, man. That's wild. 8 years old, started karting, freaking McLaren's racing in Europe. Dude lived a wild life so far. I didn't even ask him how old he is. I don't know how old he is. How old do you think he is?
That's what I was saying, because he said like 9 years in Florida, 10 years in
Yeah.
this. I was like, how old is this dude?
It'll say, if we look at one of the battles they've done, it says the age right there, but honestly, I just never paid attention
He
to
didn't
it.
seem that old.
No, but he seems like he's like mid-20s, but he could be mid-30s too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took the blue pill.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Where's the red pill?
It's right here. This is the red pill. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to the red pill.
Well, speaking of someone's age,
Mm-hmm.
Sorensen.
Yeah, right.
Is that kid 15?
No, he's 19.
I don't know.
I think he was 16 when he first started FD Pro.
I mentioned to someone about like how young that dude is, and they looked at me. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's just not weathered yet. He hasn't gone through.
Yeah, you're right.
He has more reasons to have."
Dude,
wrinkles
that whole family's nuts. He pulled up a picture of his 10-year-old little brother doing wheelies in their sand truck.
Yeah.
Just a 10-year-old kid, and it's like pan out, and this kid's just throwing wheelies across the sand.
Yeah, I probably had one of those little,
wild
you know, the little red cart with the yellow top.
Yeah,
my brother's probly throwing me off a cliff in that thing. Yeah, that's what I had.
He's 32.
Oh, Thorne's 32?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's about right. It's about right.
Then Gushi's still only like 15.
Yeah, right.
I don't think he's aged at all.
Dude, Gushi's, I really like that new car.
Yeah,
the FRS, right? The sound of it, the look of it.
Except for, I keep thinking it's my car.
Really?
When I look at it at glance, I'm like, is that my car?
From far away, the silhouette and
then he
colors
said the same thing to me. He's like, oh, dude.
Well, I forgot to give Thorne shit for building another freaking orange Magnuson supercharged BMW.
Yeah.
And then you look at a Cash, too. Also had to go and build an orange E46.
What's up with that? Why do all the E46 guys go orange?
I've been orange forever. Ask them. I couldn't not do it in orange. I've had an orange car for freaking 11 years now, or whatever it is.
That's a good theory. So why did Cash go orange?
Because he's a big jerk.
Big jerk.
Big jerk doo-doo head.
He's the nicest guy.
He is. I love Cash.
Yeah. But I mean, his other car wasn't orange. Or was his car orange?
What's that?
His car wasn't orange, was it?
What, Cash?
Yeah.
Well, it's orange now.
The G.
The G, was the G orange?
Was the thing orange? I'm running a blank.
I forget.
Anyways.
The G was always like so kind of tattered or beat up, I don't think it had a distinct color. Right? That car was always kind of haggard, but it was, dude, he kicked ass in that car. It's the only G35 I've ever seen like someone do really well in when you think about it, right?
I told him, I was like, bro, why'd you build a freaking Beamer? We could have been teammates.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should have built the Subaru.
Yeah. That G was sick though, man. He threw down in that in Pro 2, Pro Spec.
Orange.
Yeah.
I'm running a blank.
What?
If his car was orange or not.
Oh, his Infinity?
You know, you can't look up Johnny Cash because it's not really him.
What? What are you talking about?
I looked up Johnny Cash. Yeah. I always call Jonathan Hurst Johnny Cash.
Oh. Oh, Cash Hurst or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put that in there, you're going to get 8 million other freaking things.
Yeah.
Is that really his middle name, or is that just a nickname?
Cash?
Yeah.
It's his middle name.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. We'll go with it.
It wasn't so late we could call these people on the East Coast.
I think your dog farted.
It
was freaking orange.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Duh. Sorry.
Okay.
He's going to watch this and be like, Jeff, you're an idiot.
Well, you know, he can let us know in the comments.
Sorry, Cash.
We love you, Cash. He's a good dude. I like that guy. Hard charger.
Anyways, where are we going to take this podcast, video casting that we're doing? What's the plan?
Plan is we're going to get the real mics eventually, get a mixing board eventually. We're going to get tables and chairs where we're actually like facing each other like proper podcast style. Get a 2-camera system where we can switch a camera on you, camera on me, and then do the camera that has the both of us. And yeah, just get better and better at it.
So,
you know?
I mean, we always got to revert to, and of course point out, the guys, the ballers of this, the Maximum Driftcast. And what did we say we were going to call this?
What, the drift?
We were supposed to open it up with that, and we forgot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the Minimum Driftcast! Hopefully he edits that in.
We'll edit that in right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, we'll put that one.
Full Minimum Driftcast.
Right, that's
Two guys right here.
We got our intro.
Welcome to the show. Here we are.
We got our intro
ready to
video.
party.
The minimal effort.
Yeah. No,
minimal.
freaking.
We have no equipment. We have nothing. I'm running my old streaming camera with OBS and my streaming setup and my PC that I use for a Seto. So, you know, this is very minimal.
Very minimal.
Right behind my camera is the streaming setup.
So we spent $12 on beer.
Yeah, that's about all we spent on this.
Yeah.
Thank you, too. But you spent that $12.
Yeah, cheers.
I made an intro video. You know, I'm proud of that.
There you go.
know?
It was great. It was great.
I'm very
Showed
proud
us
of
both
that.
wrecking. That's pretty good.
Should we watch some drifting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, while you're looking that up, I gotta say,
I have
Maximum Driftcast, Corey, Paco. What the hell was the other guy's name? Nobody cares about him, right?
Sam.
No, you weren't supposed to say. No, those three guys, those
Sam
idiots.
Sam Nevalin. He has a name.
You always got
Robert Paulson. Robert Paulson. He has a name.
Was their Maximum Driftcast so good because it was informative or because it was so funny? I always fall right in the middle. Those guys were great at doing both. Like, I love their show, miss their show.
Yeah,
I was
and props to
what do
them
you
for
call that?
doing it, because we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
Like as I think Joe Rogan always thinks, that one guy who's the grandfather of podcasting. I feel like Maximum Driftcast is the grandfather of the Drift podcast. Thank you, Papa, for letting us do this. We appreciate it. And Drift Sessions as well is another pioneer.
Patreon. I was a Patreon, man. I was giving those guys $5 an episode.
Damn,
I don't know how much of my money they took.
You got ripped off, dude.
Might have been
I got it for free. Yeah. I mean, I may have bought
helping out the homies.
Yeah.
All right, we're watching something. What is this?
So this is a very special video.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, this is a very special video we're starting out with here. This is Jeff.
No, hold on. Sight laps are stupid.
Jeff on his sight lap. So, first of all, what's going through your brain right about here?
I'm gonna die.
Are you flat, full throttle, trying to bring it down, or did you lift?
No, I think at this point, I'm already off. I'm clutched in, and I'm just thinking, how do I keep the front end off the wall? And I must have did a bad job, but you're very like, let's see. I'm still full lock to the right, but I think I went full lock to the left. Bring it forward like a second. Let's see. Did I at all? Nope, I didn't at all. No,
you brought it back.
See, I'm turning the wheel
to try and get it to swing back.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to swing back, so at least any drift car, if you can ass punch it, it's usually better.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking of how stupid I am.
Hashtag ass punch.
I just freaking wrecked on a sight lap. I've got the worst sight lap by
run luck
in the history of drifting.
Well,
it's terrible.
Atlanta was a good one.
Oh, Atlanta, that was
you
Pro
won
2.
that night.
Yeah, no, I won, and I had a buy run against Mark.
And then you borrowed Izzy's coilover. Our good friend Izzy from Atlanta borrowed his coilover for like the rest of the year, I think.
In that sight lap, in that buy run, I told myself, I'm gonna do the most baller lead run right now and not lift anywhere. And so I went to that course jamming so fast, and I get all the way to the last turn, and because I transitioned full throttle. It pushed me in too far, and what is interclip 1 was now the last interclip.
Those rumbles.
And I hit the rumble strips going in the wrong direction, and there's the dirt hole. I put the left front tire into there, and it just like literally ripped it out.
It's like a
car.
cheese grater.
I landed on top of it.
So
no tire, no brake line, no anything. I literally just walked away from it and walked and got my trophy.
Yep.
That was fun. And then in the morning,
we had to put everything back.
Borrowed Izzy's freaking coilover.
So the rumbles at Atlanta are kind of overlaying, so it's kind of one like this, like that. So it's a big drop, and when you're going backwards, coming back down the course, it's not overlaid the right direction. So you have these giant chunks of concrete that your car could just slide right into. Terrible. And then there's the hole in the dirt on the other side. So if you drop the hole in the dirt, your tire in the hole.
Terrible.
Oh yeah, it's bad. You really want to stay out the rumbles opposite direction. Even going the right direction, they're pretty rough.
Wait, I'm confused. Off of that. Can they see us, or they see what's on TV?
No, they can see us right down in this corner right here.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious.
We're on the screen right there, but we're not. That's why I want to get another screen so I can monitor the actual stream because I don't know if like this.
So we're still showing me being an idiot on TV, Terry?
Yeah.
Can we move on past that? That'd be good.
Hold on.
Oh, you got it back the other way. I got it back the other way.
Get it back
a little late.
Yeah, a little
I tried to get both sides. I tried to even it out. Ping pong.
Do you see the little ping pong of the wheel right
you're
there?
a freaking idiot.
Yeah, watch your ping pong of the wheel and see if it's broken. God. Wait before it. See, watch you.
No, like, no. Yeah. No, yeah. And then so of course I get out of the car. I'm like, oh, okay. It's just the ball joint. We'll be good. But no, it's a
subframe.
You know what's weird?
The actual subframe cracked.
Yeah, subframe cracked.
Aluminum subframes?
Aluminum, yeah. So it's aluminum on the Z. It's like a cast aluminum. It's pretty beat. I've never broken the front subframe in a wreck. Amazingly, it's always been a ball joint and a control arm.
And did that wreck feel that bad?
But I have wrecked this car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how many times this year. This was a brand new car, and in Long Beach, I wrecked it, I think, 3 times on that side. In like the first couple of laps. And then in qualifying, I wrecked it. Yeah.
You probably cracked it.
I swear to God. So I wrecked it in qualifying, and then I wrecked it just before qualifying, and I come in, and the Jackson and the guys are looking at me, and they're like, God damn it, I hate you. They get the car back together, brand new parts on the driver's side. I go back out, literally the next lap, qualifying. I freaking go out and throw it too early and end up just smacking the wall again. This same exact
What
side.
did you change in the car to
Like I hit my thumb and then I looked
better?
at it and I was like, I'm gonna hit it again.
Because you were so uncomfortable at Long Beach.
Yeah, there was definitely a mental state that I was wrong with on this car. This car weighs 400 pounds less than last year's car.
And lighter in the back, right?
Yeah, it's so lighter everywhere. I have an aluminum block now. I used to have an iron block. And in the back, I took all the weight. The heavy battery that I used to have, Ultima batteries are like, what, 40, 50 pounds? I put an anti-gravity battery in there. The thing was like 13 pounds.
Dropped 40 pounds right there.
I took the dry sump. Yeah, thank you, anti-gravity. Took the dry sump, moved that tank of oil. So you got the tank, you got the oil, moved that to underneath the dash of the passenger seat.
Oh, yeah.
I took my fire suppressant, I put that in the passenger. I took everything and put it in the passenger area.
Footwell.
Centralized everything in the car. And so it rotates super snappy. So it just took a while to get used to that. And Long Beach is the
factory
worst.
fuel cell, right?
Cut in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that Richard Kong welded together for me, and we caused a few fires that time with that. That was fun.
While you were welding it?
Yeah,
You didn't clean it out?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Was
not
it
enough.
A bunch of brake clean in there? Yeah, that'll clean it out.
Clean it out.
Kaboom!
Oh no, I did a video of it when we first made it. It was like a, you know when you see like the little fireball, not a fireball torch, but like the jet plane thruster jet engine. It's like, you know, it's cool. I was doing that for a second. Yeah,
And it makes like a whoo.
Yeah.
It like hums as it
Yep,
does
yep,
it. Yeah,
yep,
like a
yeah.
pulse jet noise.
Could have exploded.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fun stuff. But yeah, I'm glad to see that you got a hold of the car, man, because Long Beach was, and mentally, like, was it just because...
Think of it like this. I remember telling myself this. I was like, okay, this car is driving terrible right now. But I always remember, like, when you play Mortal Kombat and there was those characters that were, like, the hardest to fight with and you would suck with them, and they're, you know, you can always go to, like, Liu Kang, and he was the easiest guy to control and he'd kick someone's ass. But if you could control the other characters that were way more complex and harder to manipulate, those guys were the guys you could never beat. And so I was like, this car is fucking badass. If I can just get my hands, if I can get fast enough with it,
it's like a VDC
get my
car.
mind. Yeah,
Seto,
exactly. If you're a Seto guy,
Yeah.
you would know it's very much more like a VDC car. This thing is snappy.
Yeah.
It's like, it moves on throttle. It's all about it. The other car was very slow and sluggish. You know, so the other car was more like just Goro, where this thing is Shang Tsung or something like that. You know. Scorpion. It's just, if you can really control it, man, it's got all the moves.
Yeah, plus one to the Mortal Kombat references.
Yeah.
Get over here.
I go way back, bro. Yeah.
This
I'm
guy-
MK1 for
You're a
sure.
very pop culture guy. You were mad about my Transformer post the other day. But I like Transformers. I didn't make that segment. I just used it for real.
It's fine.
alright?
It's fine.
But I'm not into Transformers either, though. I was never into that nerdy stuff. You freaking nerd.
Oh, I'm full nerd.
Yeah. I was into Legos. That was my thing. Building
Erector
stuff.
set.
What's that?
Erector set.
What'd you do with your erection?
Yeah, I
Gross,
played
dude.
my erector.
Gross.
Yeah. All right, move on. Next video.
All right.
Problem is our beers
We
are
probably
sitting
should
there.
have
It's not
switched
cold.
back to. Okay, so we'll start with from the beginning here.
All right, what's happening?
This, I believe, is just like the first wet laps.
All right, I didn't get to see.
This was spin across the finish line. So
I didn't see anything after my
controversial stuff that we're going to talk about here that became a issue at Irwindale was spinning across the finish line. We saw the major issue was with Chelsea, but this is another instance that I found in Top 32 where there was a spin across the finish line, and I believe it was deemed against Alec Robbins for spinning across the finish line. The outcome of the battle was still Alex Robbins won because there was a bunch of other mistakes, but I pretty much brought this up to kind of bring up that point and get y'all's opinion on it, because I think it should be taken on a case-by-case basis. Like this one, I wouldn't dig him for spinning across the finish line. Would you dig him for that? Would you call that a 0? I feel like he made it across. I feel like at the end of the line, you stop judging. We need to make like a solid, like, there needs to be a line in the sand, and that should be the line in the sand, because there's so much that like can happen. Like say he switches back and he goes to transition around the inner clip, like Masayama did or something like that, or I forgot who did that during their run, and he spins there. Is that a 0? He still drifted through. I mean, do you have to write in the rule book that you have to you can switch back and spin the other direction?
Drifting is a subjective sport.
It's complicated,
and you'll never get everyone on the same page.
No, you won't. But
I I'm thinking right now that that's a 0.
Okay.
You watched it a few more times. I mean, the thing is, there's always, you got to look at the whole run. You got to look at all the scenarios. And real quick, Alec Robbins actually reminds me of a really young you. You know, remember? Because
he
so
does.
you had you had the brand new 03Z and 05.
Yep.
And you were just out there freaking ripping. And this guy's been a ripper. Kind of came out of nowhere, I feel like. But he's what is he, Minnesota? Oh, he's up there.
Yeah, he's up there, right?
Yeah. Maybe you should just got back in your Z, bro. You could handle him.
Shut up.
God damn.
Shut up. You see my Z? My Z is terrible.
So,
It's such a light.
I think, I mean, it's so hard to say. I was going to say if it didn't rain, he probably wouldn't have looped.
You're right.
But at the same time, had it not rained, he wouldn't have hit.
Yep.
And then he did hit.
Well, I mean, the hit is subjective. The hit is, we'll call that the mistake. So what happens after the mistake, we'll say would have in the dry, it would have been a different situation.
I'm gonna stick with that being a 0.
You stick with it being a 0?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want the. Well, did he transition the other way before the finish line? That's another question. No. I mean, he's. You know, I do agree that if that was dry, it probably would have snapped him straight.
Yeah.
Would have been fine.
Yeah. So, all right. So he's clearly past the finish line, but he was not.
But had it snapped him the other.
And you can only define.
Say it snapped him the other direction, but he didn't spin.
Let's go with the drivers' meeting.
And he continued with the drift.
In the drivers' meeting, they said you
I
must
wasn't
have.
there.
All right. Well, you weren't. All right. So for all of you who weren't there, in the drivers' meeting, they said you must have control past the finish line because this is one of those tracks where shit happens after the finish line. Apparently something happened in Utah where someone spun out after the finish line. I think that was a pro spec problem.
Someone went off track.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So that led
Casey,
into this scenario where, and I think it was someone on Stuke's team.
Yeah, because
so they were in the drivers meeting. They were like, "Hey, we just want to clarify this is this for this track as well because there's no dirt off the thing."
That was probably Casey.
And I wasn't aware of the situation.
That's the driver who did that because Casey drives in Pro 2. You see Stukey's spotter or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Salt Lake was an interesting one because the finish line was kind of before the end of the arc of the corner, and technically, like you could take that corner and also that corner kind of got really tight at the end.
Sure.
So you had to pour on a little extra angle and slow it down at the end of that corner. So had you just decided to just send it off into the dirt and say screw slowing down and screw putting on angle, you would have been sending it off in the dirt past the finish line.
Yeah.
So that could have been a strategy to actually like ditch someone. You could have totally smoked someone through that outside zone because they're expecting you to check up on speed, and you're like, nope, I'm just going to drive into the dirt.
But you wouldn't go just into the dirt.
I mean, I wouldn't.
It's a road course.
Yeah.
And it's defined by going straight after the fact.
Yeah.
Whereas Irwindale is not a road course.
Yeah.
It literally just opens into a gigantic.
Yeah, I don't see anybody doing it on purpose. But
so if someone were like myself who just likes doing 360s and dumb shit, I would have exited and did a 360 at the end of the track, which I did 2 360s that weekend. I purposely made sure I settled, drove around, and was like, then I popped it just for any stupidity of any other drivers or judges trying to say, oh, you did whatever.
Yeah. Should 360s be illegal?
They should totally be legal.
That'd be sick as fuck.
But after the run. After the run. You can't chase that.
Yeah, right.
So I'm with that being a 0, personally. But what do you guys think? Let me know.
Yeah.
Who's right, Andy or me? Say me.
Yeah. It's an interesting I do wonder if he didn't spin going the opposite direction.
If I get more comments, then you buy me beer.
Okay.
Right?
I'll buy Jeff beer next time.
Comment.
All right. Yeah, comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Okay.
I would subscribe to you.
Yeah, not to me. No.
If we get
to us.
100 subscribers, he's going to cut his beard.
Cut my beard.
Holler at all your boys.
So this is Matt Field going full throttle into a wall.
Okay, so I didn't know what happened. I watched this from down there with everyone else when I was ready to battle. From my perspective, I thought LZ hit him. So I didn't even know because I was back there getting my car ready, and the perspective is so different. So I watched this later on. So he just loops it right there.
Yep, he's on the high line.
Same spot as everyone else, pretty much. The track was shit.
I was talking to him about this yesterday, and I was like, I don't even know if he could have avoided it because he avoided not doing what you did, spinning and going up into the wall. basically by like
So
full
he's
throttle.
flooring it.
Full throttle's right there to save it.
Yep.
But now his tires are getting down to where there's grip.
Yeah, he would need to be locked at this point, and he's lost. He's done a 360.
Yeah.
He has no idea where he's at.
Yep.
He's trying to get away from Adam, so he's floored.
The only way to save this would be to literally grab e-brake like right now.
Clutch in, handbrake.
Right now.
Yep.
And then if you lift off throttle, those tires are going to find grip. And
He
they're
might
gonna
have thought he was doing a full 360 and then keep sending it and be like,
Maybe,
later,
yeah.
nerd, but nah. You see his wheels were pointing to the right.
Yeah, I think he did try and save it out.
Yeah,
He did try and throw
yeah.
3.
Oh, God.
I think he did. You know, I think you're right on
And
that
that's what
one.
really made the championship just
Maybe that's why he
bittersweet
didn't
for
lift.
Osbo.
He just thought he was gonna. Yeah, it was a weird lackluster
Very
championship
lackluster.
ceremony. You know, like Osbo was disappointed.
Nobody wanted to see that happen.
Matt
like
was
that.
disappointed. Ryan forgot his trophy.
Yeah, Ryan's got a trophy. Screw this.
Yeah,
It's at the bar. Oh, that's terrible.
that's just a terrible way to go out because I know he's just kicking himself so hard because it's like kind of a dumb mistake, you know, in the grand scheme of things. Like, I, from my perspective, it doesn't look like there was any other fucking better decision he could have made.
Yeah.
But
Well,
like,
my decision was to just lift and then try to
I
rip it
wanted
out
to
of
see
it.
him win a
And I did the
championship
same
so
damn
goddamn
thing.
bad. God damn it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him win.
I've been written for
really
him all
bad.
freaking year.
No, I know, yeah. Like, someone's got to beat Osbo. No offense to Osbo. He is an amazing driver. He is a robot. But, you know. Yeah.
Fucker.
That
Hey,
dude. This
why is
dude's-
it hot in here? Did you pay your bills?
Is the AC on?
I don't think so. Are you saving money?
Turn it down to 72. What's it at?
It's saving money.
What's it at?
76.
Oh, okay, yeah, turn it
76,
down. Yeah, it got hot.
goddamn.
Well, yeah, we shut it,
That's
and the
not optimal
PC's
sleeping
running
weather.
right now. Good. Let's make sure we're still recording here real quick. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're
121.
What is all this program that we're using?
OBS. It's the same thing I use for streaming, the Twitch stream and all that stuff.
Did you hack all this?
Okay, next. What's that? What do you mean hack all what?
Did you have to pay for that?
OBS? No, it's free.
Oh, it's free?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
free. I don't know what this one is. Oh, this is
Oh, Reader and
Reader and
yeah.
Chelsea.
So I saw this one.
Why is the quality so crappy?
So this one, Reader's got kind of like a weak.
Well,
run
also,
in front of him.
first of all, before we even judge this, you drove the track in these conditions.
Uh-huh.
Like, was it 100% necessary to run the mid line, and was it crazy grippy down there, like they were saying, and all the stuff? Basically, how hard was it?
The top line.
Mm-hmm.
If you go, Reader could have gone 5 more feet higher
Mm-hmm.
and still been good.
But
From
then
where
you
he's at right there.
risk
but,
lifting
but
and ending
another
up in
5
the
feet.
middle
No,
zone.
and you'd still have grip.
But if you say
But if you went 7 feet or
Yeah.
10 feet higher,
Yeah.
you are in no man's land. You're in Osbo land.
so he's giving himself a little room for error. Basically,
Yeah.
is my point.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. So he's running low.
So he's
and
not exactly
fast.
running the wall. If the wall,
Yeah.
the room for error pointless margin was 0, you'd be right on that line of feeling the wet coming on and backing off.
Which no one could do at this point. The track was still barely coming to life.
Yeah.
He's still wavering though. The track is still kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the judges were being forgiving on all the wavering that was happening. You see him wavering a lot, and Chelsea's mostly just adjusting to it.
Yeah, there's a lot. Also, like Travis in general has like this style where he goes from like low angle to fast angle like really quickly. You know, I always noticed that about him. He's extremely fast, and then he gets his angle on and uses his angle to slow the car down very efficiently, basically. Right when he needs to.
So I think the part that was tough and why a lot of the car, Chelsea had a better line than Reader did right there.
Mm-hmm.
But what made Chelsea's run so wavery, the front tires
Yeah, Chelsea had
didn't
better
have any
angle
grip,
too.
right? You're like left foot braking.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
front tires are literally coming out from underneath of you as your left foot braking, trying to
no
understeer
shit.
out from under you. Yeah,
Ooh,
so it's
that's
just
sketchy.
hitting patches. Like the whole track was just
Yeah.
cattywampus.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's a weird view. Why'd they put a camera there?
Oh, just drone replay here. So what the whole deal was about this run was like Chelsea felt like Travis kind of did the same thing to him in the lead, which was kind of check up on the bank on speed. And you can see that Travis is like left footing it and stuff like that. I do believe there's a small point sort of at the 3/4 mark that he sort of checks up on speed. because that's what the judges called Chelsea for, and basically gave it to Travis. They said that Chelsea was grabbing handbrake in the middle of the bank. And I think they were just trying to keep the wheels spinning, to be honest, because there was so much grip in the middle of the bank, and it was so
Are you
unpredictable.
mistaken this run with Adam's run?
No,
Okay.
I don't believe so.
This is the one where Chelsea spins out at the end. Adam is the one where...
yeah, maybe you're right, yeah.
Where Reader pulls handbrake.
Well, then, no,
right
cause
there, Reader pulls handbrake with Adam's run.
no, they faulted, because there was a whole argument with Chelsea on the mic about this. Hold on, we'll see where this goes.
I can only imagine Chelsea arguing that he didn't spin because of the rain.
Maybe that's what it was. But I remember him saying something as to like, well, he did the same thing in front of us type thing. And I don't think it was in regards to the spin. But we'll see where it goes.
I was there, but I didn't watch it. You know?
Yeah.
You can't hear anything when you're down there.
Yeah.
Whoa, Reader! Surges to the side!
Left foot right. Oh!
Oh, that was it.
Reader! Surges!
So this is why they gave it to Reader.
Not because of the spin?
Because of the e-brake right there that kind of caused him to check up. And
Was it?
Yeah. There was like a slight one. We'll see it, I guess, in the slow-mo. This was a controversial. Maybe it was the spin too. I mean, he definitely did spin across the finish line.
So that's one of the things about FD. They always lock themselves into whatever the first decision they make is.
Looks like Reader got into, maybe it was just a light touch. Watch right here as he straightens up.
Boom. They just wheeled it.
So I thought it was just two independents.
Have pushed us forward and are all in agreement with, they all want the driver's seat open.
Turk, who's gunning for third place. You know, he came in fifth, only 10 points.
So
I have no idea.
I first Chelsea it up.
I'm pretty sure that was Travis, right?
Yeah, I know Travis.
Yeah. But I'm wondering what was the debate on. Is there another one after that, or is
Looked like
this?
they had smiles.
No,
Now
that's
it
you.
looked like they had smiles, but now it's looking a little.
I think that was when the track was a little weird. So, do they fault him just for the spin, or that's my question.
Reader still thinks that I DB'd it
What's that?
in front of him in Atlanta.
Reader?
Yeah.
Did you?
No, he hit me and my tire came off.
Oh.
Yeah.
He didn't think he hit you, or?
Yeah, he thinks my tire came off and that's why he hit me.
Oh, okay.
I was like, bro, if my tire came off, how am I that much faster than you?
Yeah.
My name is
What's
Mike
going on?
Gray.
Yeah.
I'm a film photographer and creative
We need
director based in Los
YouTube
Angeles,
Premium.
and this is how
I'm gonna have to invest in that.
Oh man, we got commercials, bro.
Yeah.
You got the air off on us. You got commercials. It's terrible.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the one they gave up to.
$5.
What's that?
Isn't YouTube Premium $5?
Yeah, $5 a month.
All right, we got to do all of our interviews in 1 month.
All right, we'll do it. We'll watch every single round. So I don't know why I brought this one up. I think I just brought it up for you to review.
Because I'm here?
Your own damn self, yeah.
Okay.
So this was midline track.
So he qualified higher than me, and I saw him just do a full sight lap, and he had smoke throughout the entire
Oh,
track.
this is the one you were
midline.
talking about.
Yeah. So I already knew that he should be down on tires. And all I know is I had no more left foot brake that I could do right here. I was using all the brake.
You can see that basically your correction is just the front end washing out on you. And
Yeah, and then they kind of ding me for my bobbles. You'll hear him talk right now.
yeah.
But my bobbles were more of a correction to his bobbles. But they were more dinged on me. I mean, I guess
I'll be the judge.
in hindsight, I should have, not listened to his bobbles.
We'll watch his bobbles now.
At initiation, look who's right there with him. Jeff Jones, nice and close, running the beautiful line right behind him there. Great mimic on the transition right here. Although Jeff does miss inside clip number one.
What'd you miss that clip, bro?
Quite a bit more than Rome did. He was
I felt like he was late. He missed the
Yeah.
clip.
inside
Did he?
zone two.
Yeah.
Look where Jeff Jones is, right there. A little bobble from Jeff going by inside.
And so we were
I feel
going
like he was just slow.
We were
through
so
there.
slow today. We
Yeah.
didn't have the momentum to work our way out.
Yeah.
Can we get rid of the February 24th?
Dude, it's Chicago, bro.
Are we going to Chicago?
You don't
Live in
want to
Vegas?
see Chicago?
Transition. But got
It's a
right
band.
back on Rome's door through zone
Do
two.
you know Chicago?
Oh, the Chicago the band? Is that what it was?
Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. Great song.
How does it go again?
Saturday in the park. Can you sing it? No, I'm not a very good singer.
You know the rest of it?
But I did go to school with the trombone player's son. We knew him. Yes.
All right.
Jimmy
So I'm gonna do a little bit of a higher line here, and Rome, I think, is just exploding his tires back there.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he has any tire left. He's not making any smoke either.
So my spotter told me pretty much just do a better line, and I'll have it either way. You know, because my chase was on point.
Yeah, you were wide right there.
Yeah.
It was dry out there?
It was dry enough. Yeah, so I just had all my marks. And then so look at his back fender. You see, so I think he had tire for the most part all the way until
Kind
the
of blew
last.
up right there.
Yeah. So watch when he goes through there. Watch his back.
Yep, yep. You can see the tire blew up. You saw the tread come off.
Federal say boom.
Boom! Right there. That's hilarious, dude. It lasted right to the end.
Yeah.
Straight exploded that
Yeah,
thing.
and then you can
Wow.
see that on the overhead too.
That's impressive.
Freaking drone footage just up the game of drifting so great.
And the fact that they have it quality and live. Like, I don't know what live stream they're using to transmit this, but I wanted to talk to you about, like, that's the system you need for Hotpit, you know?
Yeah.
You just need a drone guy that can...
Well, we have the drone guys. We just need.
I feel like just the drone replay is sufficient, you know?
Almost. Sometimes they're not in the same spot. Watch the back tire.
Bam! It almost hit the drone, dude. You see that?
I did it funny if the drone went down.
Right? Look at this shred right there, dude. That's fairly close. That could definitely take out the drone. I hope they got spares.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on.
Rome gained a lot of fans
Cool.
in New Jersey, but I'll tell you what, Jeff
Next.
Jones is gonna sleep in
Jeff Jones gets the win! Ooh, drama.
All right, here's the one that I think that you were more talking about.
Drama.
So watch Travis Reeder's back left tire. He initiates, he's good, but then he handbrakes again right there.
For a long time.
Yeah. So you have a.
He's still not really on throttle until...
Maybe he is.
But he's not making a lot of smoke, you know?
No.
Like, look how much smoke. Was it still wet up there? Or is it still semi-wet? Or...
No, I think this one should have been more dry. This should have been on
He's
the
up
tire
there.
side. Yeah, he's up there.
But he's not making a whole lot of smoke up there.
But the momentum map,
But you see that as soon
map,
as,
whatever
soon as he
they call
came
it.
off the bank, watch the smoke line change.
Yep.
Right there.
Well, he definitely wasn't settled. He got hit by Adam.
Yeah, but I just don't think it was fully dry up there
And then
yet.
so I had a conversation with Adam after the fact,
Yeah.
and they were ready to protest that Reeder pretty much put himself into the wall by doing some funky whatever he did. And that was my impression from rewatching it. To me, it looked like Reeder was pretty much going to go into the wall. Maybe not that hard, but he was going into the wall. And then they protested, not what Adam wanted, but his team protested that Reeder pulled the handbrake right there. And so they won't even talk about it in this. They'll talk about it like an hour from now, once a protest is in and the rain is in.
I feel like if you were like concentrated on battles that closely, you could win a lot of battles in the protest.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I feel like if we looked at every single battle, there's probably a few people who drag the brake that long.
Yeah.
You know? But if you're not right on their door, it's weird. There was this discussion the other day on Facebook about basically like unless you hit the lead driver, their mistake isn't really punished the same way. You know? If they make a mistake and you hit them, the lead driver gets a 0. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which is weird, right? Because
Yeah, so think about Chelsea and Anoka's
because-
mistake in front of Vaughn.
Same thing
right?
with,
That's,
like-
that's the biggest mistake that changed the biggest outcome. Chelsea would have won the championship, most likely, but he pulled the handbrake for the split second in Long Beach, and then Vaughn smacks him. And then so Chelsea loses due to visually pulling the handbrake.
Yeah.
Well, kick that down a few days after the fact, they look at the data log and they're like, oh, it didn't really slow him down in the data. You know, but they didn't have the data on hand at the time. It never really got implemented in the scenario. And so, was Vaughn just going too hard? Should he have saw that and been able to slow down? And then, yeah, like you said, no one would have said anything about the handbrake had they not hit. But because they hit, Now it became the
Salt Lake
debate.
City, like I was throwing huge angle at that at the outer zone 2, like
Yeah.
all day long,
Yeah, yeah.
and it wasn't an issue until somebody hit me.
Yeah, because it was fine in your qualifying. They liked it in your qualifying.
Everything was
they liked
fine.
it in all your runs.
And then I get hit, and it becomes my fault because I threw too much angle, and it's like I was
But
kind of doing that.
you
all
weren't
day.
in the decel zone.
But my argument for that is like the decel zone, as far as like braking goes, if you're looking at a road race track, if you look at the first day that you're at, you have your road race cars on track, you're running a race series or whatever, your braking points are going to get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper going up to race time,
So
right?
let me tell you something.
So I late braked that bitch and sent that fool off
So-
track. Boom, boom. What's
Let
up?
me inform you on something. Something that you don't know about, but your point is exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
That Forsberg brought this exact point up in the drivers' meeting. I forget if it was the town hall meeting or the drivers' meeting, but he was like, "Hey, in what was it, Washington, I guess?" He's like, "Yeah, you took all that data from Thursday, and yeah, we were braking there, but by the time Saturday came around, we were freaking balls deep, 10 miles an hour faster, but slowing down at a shorter distance of time at this point." So when you think about road racing, the fastest way around a turn is to accelerate as fast as you can, all the way into it, brake the most that you can for the least amount of time, and then accelerate out, right? That's just the math. That's just your fast in, fast braking, fast out. That's just math. And so that's exactly what you said.
Yeah, and you look at the spot where they had the decel in Salt Lake, and it was before outside zone 2. And I'm looking at that map, and I'm like, who's slowing down before they throttle through outside zone 2 and start throttling through the corner? You're telling me you're slowing down?
This that means Kevin Wells on here, and you can argue with him.
That means they're coming through outer zone 1 at like really big angle and checking
Kevin's got data.
and then throttling through, you know?
We'd have to see your data.
I got data.
Did you pull your data?
No.
So we all have data in our cars. We got GPS on all of our cars, so they can see the data, they can overlay it on the map. And then what Formula D has is this thing called a D-cell map, based upon, what is it? Like how fast or how fast our cars decel over a certain distance in time. You got to look at that information based off of our cars. They use all that from the GPS, and then in order to determine that, which is funny because it hasn't exactly lined up with what we've been doing over the years.
Well, I think they always try to determine that on Thursday, and they don't really look at the data after that.
Maybe.
You know?
It's possible.
Yeah, they need to look at the data from previous years and say, like, well, where did we start and where did it end up, type deal.
Yeah.
See how much of that variation is so you can kind of judge it.
They definitely got to look at the after effect, though.
Yeah.
But since you turned that stuff off, it got really quiet in here. I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to turn some stuff back
Yeah,
on?
let's look at another run.
Okay.
I don't like it when it's too fucking quiet.
All right.
I start hearing the old thoughts in my
We're
head.
watching the second run
LZ in order to force it to one more time, or if
with these guys here.
this could lead to.
So Adam was doing great this round.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Dude, he's
Like,
coming
to
in
go
hot,
from
too, with
not
LZ2.
qualifying in Utah to just like top 4, killing it.
Look at LZ on that transition, snappy.
Nice. Came in at like 81 on some of those runs. I was watching him. He was flying into his E2.
I was predicting he was gonna kick ass this year. Like, when he first got in the car, I'm like,
I mean, it
dude's
took
gonna be
Chelsea a
good.
while to get a hold of them things, dude.
I was under the assumption that he was going to practice like every weekend, just get dialed, but I guess they couldn't with the way the programs are designed.
Yeah, I don't think it works with RTR,
Yeah, and they're probably a hard car to drive.
Yeah, if I was him, I'd build another one. I'd build the exact same car and just
drive,
be like, this is the one that I own, and I just,
Like, think of like Daigo's car. That car didn't look easy to drive.
No.
The old SE 430.
Nope. But boy, did it work.
Right there with them, transitioning to outside zone number 2 right
Yeah, Adam's freaking dive bombing in there. Looks really good.
Yeah, he was coming in.
Getting the X factor.
The freaking turret came in at 86 on his qualifying lap, dude.
There was a speed thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
On the inner bank, yeah. He only hit 76, dude.
What? I had no idea there was a speed thing. That would
Yeah.
change things.
Yeah, and you know what? It wasn't looking too good for you.
No, it really wasn't. The year that my handbrake broke was the year that I did the best.
Really?
Yeah, because I had no handbrakes. I just literally just threw it into third gear and just
I'd never
freaking drove
I
it
try
so
not
hard.
to handbrake there. I tried to do a dab of foot brake and then left foot myself into the pocket,
Going into the inside clip, into the lap
So
side.
that's the battle.
That's the battle.
Let's go to the protest and the explanation of the protest, which should be here.
Yeah, so it's raining.
So there is
People
there
left.
is a
Mhm.
protest.
There was a protest between Adam LZ and Reader.
Right. So LZ
The chat's
team
going wild.
protested,
Mhm.
what we deemed LZ's fault going into outside zone 2.
Outside zone 2, you said that LZ hit Reader, causing Reader to go into the wall.
We believe that that is still true, but what they protested was the momentum map at initiation. And while we were watching the replay, what we missed was a handbrake pull from Reader going into outside zone 1. And we caught it very slightly on the fast drone as it floated above at initiation. And you can see Reader's rear wheels lock up, entering
He's got
outside
in-car
zone
footage
1,
too, if
and
you
that's
wanna
what
watch that.
caused LZ to falter behind him. And he dropped down way low on outside zone 1 when that happened. And that's something that we missed. And that is something that LZ saw clearly from behind the wheel. And that is what, no, this is the wrong run. This is the second run of the battle. But
Don't watch the in-car.
that basically was
Hold on,
what
let's
was put on
just
Reader
let this play out.
after having been given that information from the team with that protest. So we reviewed the tape there. We were focused so much on outside zone 2. We saw the error on outside zone 1, but we really put that on
Still got
LZ
champagne. I never
being
finished
too
this.
close, making an error on his own. But right here, as Reader initiates, he grabs the handbrake right at the beginning of outside zone 1, and it's just as
That's the telltale.
initiates, he
view
grabs
right
too close, making an error on his own. But right here, as Reader
So the detail is
initiates, he
before.
grabs the handbrake right at the beginning of
Yeah,
outside
that
zone
was a
1,
long
and it's
time
just
to-
as,
Like, he's not-
He grabs the handbrake, right, making an error on his own. But right here, as Reader
So, handbrake. He's still not fully locked up right there, too, which is interesting. So he threw the car in. Now he's locked.
initiates,
He's locked.
So it really throws off Adam's momentum.
And he's still not really, like, back on throttle
Yeah.
until
And you see
really
Adam
until
trying to
Adam
avoid,
hits
play
him.
almost gets in the wall.
Yeah.
That's exactly
But now
what
Adam's
LZ
down
makes a
low.
mistake. It's
But I feel like at this point, at this transition here, they're both reset and it's different.
Yeah.
So I really
Well, I
don't
don't think
see
they.
how
I
it-
don't think they use this as.
So,
Part of it, I think they just-
Well, they argue that it threw him off, and that's why he hit.
Okay.
It's a legitimate.
Yeah, I feel like you should have it settled by then. Like, he settled back into it right there.
Yeah.
Right there, he settled back in.
He deemed it to be accurate.
So Adam LZ advances on. The protest has been seen, and regardless of the context.
That's where it sucks to be a judge. Who knows?
Yeah.
Thrown off there,
So,
that
like-
throws off.
If you look at the first incident, you look at what happened on the initiation, I don't think that's enough to throw away the rest of the run, you know?
Yeah, it's really
That's
tough.
basically what they're doing here, is they're saying that that was a major mistake, so we're just going to throw away the rest of it,
Pretty
basically?
much, yeah. Well, no, they said that Adam had it threw off the rest of his run, and that's why he hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason that
I'm going to disagree with that, because it looked like he was damn settled by interclip 1.
I feel like maybe I disagree, but
But I also never driven one of those things. We don't know what it's like to drive a grip.
well, that's where it's like when you look at Matt's run with Dylan,
Yeah.
and Dylan had to check up in front of him, and we all thought Matt had just hit him,
Mm-hmm.
but that wasn't the case.
Mm-hmm.
So that was in Washington. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's another controversial thing.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell do you guys think?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
So,
Yeah.
That's
let's
to
back
me.
up.
That's a
Let's go to chapter 1.
we got to run that back.
There's a mistake.
That's just so wonky of a thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, it would have been nice to see
that,
it
or
one
give
more
me
time.
10 minutes, another beer. We're gonna dissect the hell out of this.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, the thing is, if you get
I feel like if they had known about that incident up on the high bank before the protest, and they had known that before the initial decision, they would have one more time it. But can you protest to get it one more time, or can you only protest to overturn a decision? That's an interesting thing. You can only protest to overturn. You can't protest to get it one more time. So I do feel like if they had all the information present at the time, that would have been a one more time. Yes, rerun.
I don't know.
I don't know either. We have to go back. We have to go back to the
Why
first one.
couldn't you protest and it be a one more time?
I don't know. That's never happened. I've never seen that. Has that ever? It's always to overturn a decision. Have you ever seen it? Someone protest and be like, "Okay, now we're going to do it one more time because he protested." I don't know if that.
The only thing that
exists.
comes into mind is Forsberg
We should know
and
these things.
what's his name, Calvin Wan,
Yeah.
like in 2010,
Yeah.
9, back in a. Where the hell were we?
Calvin won and where?
We were in Sonoma.
Mm.
Something had happened.
I remember this.
They didn't give
Sam Hibbett or someone.
Forsberg enough time to fix his car or something down.
Okay.
And he had to run it all shitty.
Is that the one where they put the ratchet strap on?
I think
the thing?
so. Something
They
weird
ratchet
like
strap
that,
the
yeah,
front
yeah.
suspension together.
Literally no information.
Farmer
If somebody knows what's up, comment down below.
Yeah.
Tell us what the hell just happened.
Yeah.
What happened? Were you there? 2009, 2010, 2011, one of those years.
I think I was.
Sonoma Speedway.
I was there when McQuarrie backed the Porsche in there. That sucked.
Winter Jam's fun though. Hopefully we get to go to that.
Yeah, you gonna go?
So is that all the runs?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's everything I had lined up. Yeah. Yep. And I don't think we were on dual cam then. I think we were just on.
You weren't dual camming?
No, I wasn't.
What does dual cam mean?
Well, it means I'm gonna have to go back through and throw in some footage.
Is that one?
No, dual cam is the that's the actual display and us in the corner.
God damn. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I'm just here to talk.
Yeah.
So there was an interesting run. Let's see at Hotpit.
Mm.
And
you got footage?
No, I don't have any footage. I can give you footage.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. I'll give you some. This is not live, so.
Where did the live stream go to? The Hotpit live stream? Is that recording?
Shit. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to Orange Show Speedway.
Okay. It's Orange Show Speedway.
Yeah. They had no, it was top 16 and on. Yeah, go to Hotpit. Go to Hotpit actually.
Hotpit?
Yeah. See if you can find it. Because this was top 16 and on.
There we go.
Yeah. Let's see. So it was a run between.
Which round is it? Round 3?
Yeah, round 3.
Top 32?
No, it's top 16. You have to find the Hotpit. There you go. That's it.
This is it. 2 weeks ago? Yeah.
So find Kyle Mohan and Alex. Alex, the hell's your last name?
Let me check audio levels real quick. I have a feeling the desktop audio is going to be...
In the area, right? Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that people could actually hear us and stuff. Okay, what am I looking for?
See if you can find Kyle's run with Alex Orange Mustang.
Okay,
So, to me, it's not that controversial.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just kind of one of those typical runs where a lot of people would say, oh, well, this guy put a couple tires off. Shouldn't he get a 0?
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at that when we get it. But Formula D nowadays is 3 tires. They've gone back and forth between it being 2 tires or it being 3 tires. In this instance, Kyle probably definitely put 2 tires off. But
3 tires is a lot, man.
no, he put 2 tires.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying 3.
Yeah, 3 is a lot,
a
exactly.
lot.
So for my instance, you have to imagine you're judging up in a tower, you're looking down, and where it happened was the opposite side of our judging perspective. But no matter what, even if Kyle put 2 off, what it come down to was Kyle had a way better lead. Let's just say Kyle had a 85-point lead run. Alex probably had a 70-point lead run. And he put Kyle in a predicament in the chase. And the predicament he put him in was when he comes past the last inner clip. Here you go, right there. That's it. All right, so watch this. And this is really cool. This is what Hotpit's all about. This is seeing a pro dude.
By the way, Hotpit Autofest, this guy's series, amazing things are happening out at Orange Show Speedway. How many times a year?
Well, we're trying to do 5 next year at least.
So 5 next year, guaranteed. 5 next year.
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right.
Yeah, we might do some at Irwindale, but
And
definitely Orange Show.
Local competition, $5,000 up for first place, right?
Yep, $5,000 for first,
Yep, come
$2,000 for second,
Win some
$1,000
money.
for third.
Car show, fun
Yep.
stuff. They had good food last time. Good times.
We're trying to do all the things. It's a
Good
mini Formula
announcers.
D.
We got King Anytime out there doing announcing. He's awesome.
Yeah.
We do burnout comp. We did the call outs thing.
Gary King is hilarious.
Tell them about the call outs thing. That was an interesting
Oh, the
thing.
call outs is I feel like this must have happened somewhere else, but what we wanted to do is just any driver that wanted to call each other out that was there and wanted to battle. So you're calling out your boys, so I'd call out Andy for $100.
Nope.
And you go and you battle it out. Nope.
Nope.
So you go and battle it out for $100. So each person puts out, $100 each. I'm a fan of Street Outlaws.
Mhm.
So I'm like, yeah. Why can't we get better
Great idea.
in drifting?
Awesome idea.
So We had
That was the night before?
the Friday night before. It was private during our
Are
practice.
you gonna do that every round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drivers loved it.
Okay.
So
win yourself some more money. You can go out and win. You can win
Exactly.
a lot.
And the minimum
Nice.
buy-in is $100
If you
of
bet
that.
10, if you beat 10 guys at the call outs, you can win $6,000.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll start keeping track of the call-out winnings
Mm-hmm.
and see who's called out the most people and how much money he's won over the time. 'Cause that'll be cool too.
Get percentages and stats.
Yeah,
all
that's a
that
whole
stuff,
other side thing.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's watch this run. Bam. Yeah, we're ready. Come on, jeez. It's a good thing I didn't wait.
Yeah, right? That's a lot of waiting. Oh, okay. We're waiting for spectators to get off the fence.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, that was all the spectators up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there they are.
spectators over there on the left.
Yeah, they're all up on the wall.
Yeah.
They let them warm up their tires
What you
again.
can't see in the video is all the spectators are behind the guy filming. So one grandstand's empty, the other grandstand's
Okay.
at least half packed.
Kyle's run here is pretty good.
Yeah, Kyle's doing his run. Alex is down there. Kyle pulls way too much handbrake in the lead. But it's
You
not affecting the chase at all. He's not close enough.
You
so
can
none of
tell
this
this car is
matters.
very loose on those tires too.
Yeah, so it's a 300 tread wear, not spec class, but you can't get anything lower than 300 tread wear. 265 maximum. So Kyle's hitting all the marks. Alex has an easy chase. There's no smoke. Just getting through it. Alex is throwing a lot of smoke. So like I said, Kyle hit 85, point run, maybe 90. Depends on how you look at it, but probably an 85. So now look at Alex. Low on the bank, hard on the throttle. He's running away from
Kyle was way up on the wall right there. For
Yeah.
instance. He was
So
way
Kyle
out
was
by
ready
the
to be up
outside
high,
corner.
but then this guy shoots low.
He's got up a little high there.
Yeah, he
We'll
worked
give
his
him
way
that.
up, so Kyle's got to find it back.
Kyle was
So,
way out on the line.
mind you, the line,
Yeah.
Alex should be on the white line down right now.
Yeah.
So Alex is still not on the line. So here's Kyle, finally back into the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So, transition right here. So now Alex is still off of the zone. Kyle's trying to face this wonkiness. So if you look right here, what we can't see and what you can't see from your perspective is Alex is, again, he's off the line. So he's closer to us. So Kyle...
And he angled up
And he
like
angled
a
up,
lot.
yeah,
right
a lot.
there, too.
And Kyle is prepared as the chase driver to run the wide line. So while he's preparing to do that, he's also having to chase in to the lead run, right? Like you always prepare to run the appropriate line, and then you're like, oh, this guy messed up. I got to run the appropriate line. So now you dive in.
What it is like you have to take there's a certain minimum degree of arc you have to take with your drift car. And if someone checks you up and you have to all of a sudden adjust that arc into like a straight line for 1 second, you're going to straighten up or you're going to go off course. And that's basically what happened right here is like the lead car cut off Kyle's arc, and then when he swung back, Kyle literally had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
Eat that cone or straighten
No, so
out,
the cone's coming up
basically.
right here. Watch. Here we got interclip right there. You can't even see it in the video.
Yeah.
But so Kyle is basically following a bad line.
Oh, you can see the
lost in
cone
smoke.
fly up there. Actually, watch. See the cone go flying up in the
So
air.
where's the cone? Right there. Yeah, you may have seen it for a
There's the
second.
cone in the air.
Oh, yeah. So Kyle does headlight the cone. Low angle, puts 2 tires off. And then is back in the hunt with this guy. And then look at Kyle's angle versus that guy's angle.
And Kyle's out in the zone.
Yeah, Kyle's in the
this guy's
zone.
way off the zone.
But Kyle should be
Yeah.
behind him, chasing
Yeah.
him. So now you see him in the zone. So basically, to me, and this just goes into judging all Pro-Am events, it's different. Formula D, you got 2 guys killing it, hitting all their marks. This is not Pro-Am, but it's it's a lower level. And so, do I really say Kyle loses because he put 2 tires off because he followed a bad line? Like, do you want to say that he technically should lose the entire run because of 1% of the run? He did everything he needed to do.
Kind of like Alec Robbins spinning out after the finish there.
Yeah, very much so. But that's a finish line. He was in the lead.
It's true.
In the lead, he should have been under full
very
control.
True. You're right.
And it was the finish line ready to be in control.
Lead is very different.
Kyle was lost in the smoke because the guy. Why was he lost in smoke? Because the guy was in the wrong position, and then so it forced him into being in a bad position.
If he's not making those same arcs that I was talking about earlier, he's not leaving the gap in the smoke line for you to make your way through.
So even in Formula D rules, he wouldn't have got the loss. Alex called me. He's like, "Hey, shouldn't he have lost? He put 2 tires off." And so I told him, Even in Formula D rules, he wouldn't have lost. But in our rules, even if he was 3 tires off, I would argue still, 3 tires off would be way more.
Yeah.
But I would argue still that, like, bro, the better driver who did all the right things is the one moving forward. Right? I'm not going to put this down to like the 1%.
You did one more time this one?
No. And I didn't even make the call.
Yeah.
Riley Cahill and Ryan Lantagne, Formula D judge, made the call.
Yeah.
I personally was waiting to make my call after they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I owned the series with my buddies. I didn't want to influence the judging.
Yeah.
So I let them make the call, and they both went that route.
Okay.
But that's where I think, like, the 1% of a run, it just kind of sucks to see someone lose. Like, think about it. Who was it? Adam LZ in Long Beach a couple years ago?
Yeah, we got into that conversation about straightening in the chase as well. Like a slight straighten in the chase. It's really, like, for that to be treated the same as a spin is a very big, it's such a drastic thing. Like, why are those both zeros? Like, there should be somewhere in between where, like, okay, it's a huge deduction, but
not a full zero.
Not a full zero. To, like, draw that line in the sand for such a tiny, quick mistake. Like,
and
a spin is a big mistake.
For a hot
I see
pit,
spins as huge mistakes. You
for
know?
a hot pit, we're not Formula D. We can make our own rules. For Formula D, I can see where you're top tier. Maybe you do got to stick to the freaking preciseness.
Yeah.
Because it's the top tier of the world.
Yeah.
It's got to be that.
There's a lot of money on the line too, man.
Yeah. For what we're doing here, man, we're all boys and having fun. So, I don't know what's going on here. We got Byron's.
Yeah. Just guy to see having fun.
Yeah.
That looks like me back in the day.
Yeah. This is Ratchet, actually. Ratchet Trap.
Is he
he was going up against
a Turbo?
I don't know what the hell he is. I don't know.
You should know.
I should know.
Yeah, these are your drivers, man.
I'm doing so many things. I don't know about the motors yet. I'm getting to learn everyone. Getting to know everybody. But anyways.
Any other ones from Hotpit?
I'm not going to think of it at the moment.
Okay. That was not on dual cam. Again.
What do you got to do to make it on dual cam?
I got to press that.
Good job.
Yeah, we're going to have to put it in there again.
Yeah, good job on that.
Yeah, it's just more editing for me. That sucks.
Fuck that up. How long have we been recording?
We're at 156.
Alright, I feel like that's good enough, huh?
Yeah, that's good. I still got a bunch of shit on the list that we can do next time, so like Sims, talk about the Sims stuff and all the other stuff, so
yeah.
We'll save that for next time. I feel like that's plenty for
first
episode. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think that's
good.
good.
A lot?
I think that's good.
Yeah? They don't care. They've tuned us out already.
Yeah. The ladies tuned us out.
Tuned us out.
Yeah.
Christina, is the wrap up done?
Almost.
Yeah. You're shopping, huh?
No. Converting iPhone pictures to JPEGs.
I did. Alright, are we still recording?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, guys, let us know what you want to see in this adventure that me and Andy take. The goals for myself, outside of obviously making this freaking huge and badass, I want to talk to drivers. I want to know how they're feeling, the real feelings. Would love to be super funny, like Maximum Driftcast, but we're going to be a little bit more like the Minimum Driftcast. We're drivers, so while we're having fun, we still really want to get to the bottom of it. Like,
this is still very serious. As much as we both look like idiots, this is very serious.
Yeah, very serious.
You know?
We want to ask some hard questions, find out what drivers are feeling, and I personally always like giving back and helping. So if we can talk about our programs, on how financially we're able to make this crap work, how we can help you guys out, help the Pro-Am guys out, help the dude who's just watching this and like learning even how to get into drifting. The stories we heard earlier today. So
yeah, next episode we'll drop a post so you guys can actually ask us questions before the episode. I still haven't posted anything to social media. We have our social media channels, but we're going to drop those probably tomorrow, and then I'll edit up the episode, and then a day or two later we'll drop the episode, and you guys will be watching it.
Yeah, we got a lot to do. We got a lot of things that can happen in the direction that it needs to go. Let us know if Andy should wear pants next time, if we should vacuum this couch.
This couch
tell you about who these people are back here.
This couch is nice.
You know?
We need to get a picture that you got back here. Yeah, we have a Jeff picture for the background.
This is just an all Andy world.
It is. Well, yeah. It's my shop. Oh yeah, we're at my shop, by the way.
Yeah.
I think we told them that.
I don't know if we did.
I don't know if we did either.
I want to take the show on the road.
Yeah.
I want to visit a few different driver shops, see if we can just take some stuff there. Me and Andy are both into sim stuff, so maybe we'll do a few days on the sim. It'll be much more lower quality probably. We're trying to figure out how to do that. Because I'd like to be at home doing this and be on my sim.
Yep.
And we just talk bullshit. Because that's kind of where a lot of this came from, is us just talking on the sim.
Yep.
And driving. So if we can figure out a way to watch us both drive and BS, because we do this with other drivers in FD and across the whole world. So we can get those guys in on this. So that'd be a bunch of cool stuff to do.
Yeah. Maybe do like a combined Twitch stream or something.
Yeah, I don't know how that crap
would
works.
work either.
Yeah. Right now I'm thinking we just take this camera. We'll go to Essa's shop, Gushi's, Kyle's,
Dylan,
yell at all the boys, see if we can sneak into Formula D and see what they really do, on a daily basis. Yeah, what do they do over there?
I don't know. Are they just like
barbecue
there?
I don't know.
Do they just sit at their offices and
Andy,
touch stuff?
Luck, what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do all day when you have no one to yell at events? Like, who do you yell at?
That must be boring.
Right?
Must go insane. That's when he gets all the autographs.
He probably got a VR where he can yell at people in VR. Instead of us on the sim.
He's got pictures of us in his office. Fuck you, Jeff. Fuck you. Taking your hard card away.
Throwing darts at it.
Practices. Yeah. Can you imagine you walk into his office and there's your face and it's got all these dark holes in it? You would. Oh my god.
Who do you think's got that? If there's one driver who's got the dart holes. I'm gonna say Brewski right now because he did donuts around the models.
Oh, I missed that part.
In New Jersey, yeah, that was bad.
I don't know. I mean, Vaughn is been in this forever, and he's a pain in the ass in the drivers' meeting, which is good for all of us and terrible for all of us.
Notorious.
Now Matt Field is kind of doing that, and I'm kind of doing that.
Really?
In the drivers' meeting, so there's a little bit of that.
Why are you such a pain, Jeff?
Oh, yeah. I can't hold my tongue back sometimes. You know, maybe Ross Petty.
That's why your girlfriend loves you.
Maybe Petty. Girlfriend?
Yeah. That's why your wife loves you.
Do I got no girlfriend somewhere?
Yeah, you got a new girlfriend.
Oh, can she clean the house?
Can she clean the house? That'd be great. Yeah. Alright, so you dudes, let us know how we can help you. We might read some of it. There's probably like 3 comments, and that would be hard.
How do we do better?
But if it gets past like 10 comments, I'm not reading that shit.
Yeah. How do we do better? We're open to ideas, shit talking, whatever, let us know. And we're going to try and do better each one and provide you guys with entertainment that you like. And that's
put your address so they can send chocolate cake, like Fluffy.
Yeah. We'll put a Patreon up.
Yeah. Chocolate cake. Eggs Benedict.
You want to get Eggs Benedict in the mail?
That might be weird. But you were okay with chocolate cake?
Well, I mean, I feel like there's the prepackaged little cakes, you can send those out, those, you got a lot of preservatives that'll last.
Yeah, that's definitely the last one.
I don't think there's an Eggs Benedict that's a prepackaged, thing that they sell at 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Quick tip, Eggs Benedict with chorizo is the best. How do we get out of this?
Anything with chorizo is good.
Ready, let's go. We're way past our 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Somebody like do a thing and just end this.
Yeah, we hit our 2-hour mark. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate y'all, and we're gonna keep these coming. Try and do better. We're gonna try and do one a month till the end of time, pretty much. So we'll keep it going. And
they're looking at me funny, telling me to tell them to hit the subscribe button. Do you ever do that?
No. Don't subscribe, please. Don't.
I dare you.
You won't. We don't want any subscribers.
You won't.
We don't appreciate the subscribers.
Today's your big day.
We appreciate all yous that watch it, but our subscribers, no.
Tell you what. We're so freaking new. This won't even hurt. I'll say everyone's that subscribes name in the next one.
Okay.
I'll be like 2 people.
Dude, you're gonna be so.
I'll be like 200. I have a list. Nah, we'll see.
I'm gonna blow this up. I'm gonna post about it every day now.
Yeah. I'll read your name.
Yep. There you go.
I barely know how to read, so it's gonna be like I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's gonna mess them all up.
And you have to take a sip of your beer after every name you read.
I'm good with that.
We'll get to the end, and you won't be too coherent. But
cheers, nerds.
Cheers. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Welcome to What the Drift Podcast with your hosts, Formula Drift drivers Andy Haitley and Jeff Jones.